Ryan here along with Bill McCulloch here in Parker, Arizona. Oh, no, actually, we're in
MORSE, Arizona.
Yeah. And it's Willcox versus Parker at the Arizona State Youth Softball Tournament here. It's the very first game here on this Monday, July 6th. And Miss Umpire, are we almost ready to go? All right. Almost ready to go here. Bill McCulloch, this should be a very interesting game. The Willcox girls have made it back to state.
Yes, sir. It's a very, very warm day today here in the East Valley. 108 on my phone. I think Todd had a little higher temperature, but once you get over 100, as you Arizonans know, it's hot as hot. So we're going to have to deal with that. We also, there is not a temporary fence here, and we're playing on a slow pitch softball field. So it's 300 feet to the fence. So any balls hit in the power alleys, you're going to have inside the park home runs because they're going to be able to run forever. There's nothing to hold the ball back. And especially with 10 to 12-year-old arms, they're not going to be able to field the ball up against the fence and throw it back in. That's a long throw for a 10-year-old. So we'll see what happens. Normally they put a temporary fence in at 200 feet, but not today. So we will see how that goes as far as if that's going to be an advantage, a disadvantage. Like I said, if you get it in the power alleys, you can almost assure that it's going to be a triple or an inside the park home run. But glad to be with you today, and want to welcome also our 520 Sports Talk viewers from Pima Pinal and Santa Cruz County, along with our Cochise County people looking in on Cool FM.
And Bill, we also want to give a huge shout out to our presenting live sports sponsor, SSVEC, serving our community, and all of our sponsors investing in local youth sports. In the post description of this video, Parker is taking some warm-ups right now, so-called warm-ups at 108-degree temperature, or I had 111 on my phone, so somewhere in between there. We do have an excessive heat warning in effect, so Willcox will be up to bat first. Thank you as well to Desert RV in Huachuca City, building more than an RV business. They're giving back through local youth sports sponsorships, veteran support, and community fundraising events. Learn more at desertrvcenter.com. Thank you to BEREAN Academy, proud to support local sports where skill, strategy, and determination take center stage. Stan Greer Millworks is Southeastern Arizona's premier supplier of custom doors and windows. Go to StanGreerMillworks.com. And Bill, we are ready to get underway here with batter number one for Willcox.
Okay. Once again, welcome to our broadcast. And Willcox is the visiting team, so they will bat first. And Samantha Chavez will be leading it off, I believe. That's what my lineup card says. And looks like it's going to be number 8 instead. So Darlene Chavez leading it off here in the top of the first. First pitch low for a ball, 1-0.
Bill, did the first batter get hit, or what happened? How did she get out?
Oh, yeah, okay, so I see it. I don't know what happened. That was what the deal was. So, so Samantha Chavez is on first and now on second on a delayed steal. So right away, Todd, Willcox has a runner in scoring position.
Did she get hit by a pitch or something? Or? Okay.
So Samantha Chavez got hit by a pitch, went to first, and now is at second base on the steal. And Delilah Martinez at the plate. Actually, Darlene Chavez at the plate, I believe. And there she goes to third, and so 2 stolen bases here in the top of the inning, and Willcox has a runner 60 feet away from that first run. Ball's low again, and she's going to take the base on ball. So runners at the corners now with nobody out here in the top of the first. Glad you could join us. If you're joining us late, you didn't miss much. Chavez got hit by a pitch, stole second, stole third. and Martinez followed up with a walk. So, and there goes another runner down to second base. So Willcox running wild here in the first inning, and 2 runners now in scoring position for Callie Larson. And once again, the ball gets by the catcher, and that's going to get the run in and the runner from second over to third. So we have yet to have a hit, and it's 1-0 Willcox.
Good start here for the Willcox Cowgirls.
Callie Larson once again at the plate. There's a strike. So 1-1 the count, I believe, to, oh, the scoreboard just came on. Hallelujah. So we do have a scoreboard.
Oh, yeah, good. I just saw it go on.
Yeah, so 2-1 the count. Ball's low, is going to throw it over to third, not in time. Runner gets back. But nice heads-up play by the catcher for Parker. And I believe it's a 3-1 count now. 3-1 pitch. Up high, gets away, and here comes another runner trying to get in, and gets in under the tag, and safe at second base. Wow, I thought they had her at second, but now it's 2-0 now in favor of Willcox. And Larson at second base. That's going to bring up Macy Cochise. Cochise batting from the left side now. Once again, the ball gets away from the catcher, and Larson goes to third. So nice start by Willcox.
You saw my home run?
And as we mentioned, there hasn't even been a hit.
I hit it with my toes.
We're on the outside corner for a strike. Two to nothing in case you just joined us. In there for a strike again, and that's going to send her down on a strikeout. So 1 out now here in the top of the first. And that's going to bring up Arya White. Pitch low to White, 1-0. Quick throw over to third, runner back. So Larson at third, trying to get in on that third run. White at the plate. Up high for a ball, 2-0. Oh, here comes the runner, and she scores. So heads up base running by Willcox. They're taking full advantage of the lapses by Parker, and it's 3-0. Pitch to White, low. Oh, they called it a strike. Interesting. 2-1 there, 3-1 the count. And that's a strike, so the count's full. Nobody on base, and a 3-0 Willcox lead to start the game. Full count pitch. And that's foul down the third base line. And Todd, that's actually the first pitch that somebody got a bat on.
Yeah.
It's all been walks and steals. So she'll head back to the plate with a 3-2 count. Good job protecting the plate by White. And the count 3-2 with 1 out. 3-2 pitch into center field for a base hit. And White is on board. That was a base hit all the way. Nice job to center field on that line drive. And Marla Romero will come up to the plate now with 1 out and White on first. First pitch. Nice job by the catcher to keep it in front of her. And White stays on first base. She thought about it and decided to get back. That one gets behind the catcher, and that'll send White down to second base with no throw. So a wild pitch by the Parker pitcher. Ground ball down the third baseline, foul. So that'll send White back to second base. And a 2-1 count. Two-one pitch. Down low, 3-1. So early observation, Todd, is Parker's not paying attention to the base runners, and that's why. And there's a line drive into left field. That's going to score White from second base. And a 4-0 lead now for the Willcox All-Stars. So as we were saying, Parker's not paying a lot of attention to the base runners, and that's why their coach has them being very aggressive on the base paths, taking that extra base, stealing a base. Once again, a wild pitch is going to send her down to third base. So Mariah Romero at the plate. And that's a dead ball. It's a base on ball. It's a walk. So runners at the corners now. Still only one out. And a 4-0 lead. We got a good spot, Todd. We're in the shade.
Yeah. Thank goodness there's a tree behind.
Yes, indeed. Once again, gets to the backstop. And no advance because it was a ball and a base on ball. So that loads them up now for the Willcox All-Stars. And Vivian Martinez at the plate with the bases loaded. First pitch gets away from the catcher, and the run's going to score from third. The other runners will move up to second and third, and a 5-0 lead. So Willcox putting the pressure on right off the rip. And it's 5-0.
And Bill, do we know if there's a 10-run rule in
Yes, but it has to be after 5 innings. Swing and a miss. Looked like a little change up there she threw. Nice pitch. So 0-1 the count. Swing and a miss again. So quickly she's down 0-2 is Martinez. 0-2 pitch. And got her looking and rings her up for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs, runners still at second and third. And that'll bring up Hansdale Moroyoki. So Moroyoki still trying to get those runners in scoring position. The Parker catcher is actually doing a pretty good job. She's had a lot of low pitches and a lot of pitches way outside the strike zone that she's having to try to keep in front of her. And there goes another one to the backstop, and she went halfway. Going to go back to third, over to second, and now comes the throw home, offline. She scores, and the trail runner goes to third base. So Martinez is at third now. Moroyoki still at the plate. And right to the pitcher. And that's going to do it. That's 3 outs. So not before Willcox comes out with a big inning here in the top of the first and leads 6-0. So after a half inning, that's our score. Parker coming to the plate.
All right, thank you so much, Bill, and thank you so much to those watching here on Cool FM Live and Facebook. And also, don't forget, folks, we're on our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button at Cool FM Live on YouTube as well. Thank you to SSVEC, our presenting sports sponsor. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who make our coverage possible. We're going to be covering as many of the local teams here this week that are in the state tournament. We've got Douglas 8 to 10-year-olds tomorrow night at 5:30, and we'll have that game for you here on Cool FM. And then, of course, we'll continue to follow the Willcox girls team here. If they win today, we'll try to cover their next game as well. Thank you as well going out to TWN Communications, delivering affordable, reliable, high-speed internet and digital phone service with no data caps ever. Stay connected with the freedom and performance you deserve. And a big thank you to American Southwest Credit Union, proud to cheer on our hometown athletes. They believe youth sports help build character and create the kind of community spirit that makes us all proud. At American Southwest Credit Union, your money stays local. Member NCUA, equal opportunity lender. At MORSE Automotive Group in Sierra Vista, inviting you to stop in and experience the difference. Cochise County is now backed by MORSE. Busy week for us, Bill. And our team will be in Cottonwood as well on Wednesday for the first Sierra Vista girls seniors softball game. That will be in Cottonwood at 5:30 on Wednesday, and we'll have that coverage either on our sports page or on our main page, depending on what games we might be doing on Wednesday as well. So you can head on over to our Cool FM Live sports page on Facebook or Cool FM Live. Check it out. We're going to do as many games as we can this week, depending on how well the teams do. 6-0, Willcox in the lead here, Bill, as we head to the bottom of the first inning, and already Willcox off to a great start, and it seems like we have a little bit of a delay.
We do have a delay. The pitching mound is not where it should be. It's too far away. That's why the Parker girl was having such a hard time throwing strikes. You got to remember, this is a slow pitch softball field, hence the outfield fence is at 300 feet around symmetrical, so you'd have to take a pretty good pop as a 10-year-old to get that one over the fence. But
Bill, what I don't understand is when they figure out these state tournaments, why don't they put them at parks that make sense?
Well, you would think.
And we wouldn't have this problem. Who puts these tournaments together?
The Little League, the Arizona Little League.
Nobody checks the parks out to make sure that they're legal?
Well, apparently they played here before, from what I understand, so.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it doesn't.
It's a total lack of organization and planning. Whoever organized this tournament.
No, indeed.
At least here at this field, anyway, or these fields.
So that's what the delay is.
Well, I don't know how they're going to be able to. It's not an easy fix, is it?
Well, because there's no rubber in softball. You don't need a rubber, so they can just take a tape measure and measure it out, and then have them pitch there.
Well, and you know, in fairness to Parker, it's understandable. I mean, you're used to a certain length.
Yeah.
And
it's like shooting a basket. You put the basket 12 feet high instead of 10. It's going to throw off your shot. So.
Did you guys hear what's going on?
Yes, about the mound or the circle.
Do you know what's going to happen, or what's the projection of what they're going to try to do to resolve this? Or
I think we're going to have to do put the mound back to 40 feet.
And then start over?
That we don't know. It has to be fair some way.
Right.
If we have to finish the inning and then start it at the next inning, or else we start the game all the way.
At least they caught it with only a half inning.
It was the game over here, Tanca Verde, in that game that they were protesting.
Oh, okay.
Now, my question to you is, why didn't they figure this out ahead of time? They knew they were going to have this issue, right?
I don't know.
Do you know why there's not a temporary fence, too, at 200 feet?
That's what we've asked too.
Yeah.
So we don't know. The manager, Coach John, he's been talking with the umps and the director, and she hasn't given us a lot of response.
Okay.
So as of right now, we're just in a holding pattern. Okay.
Well, keep us posted.
Okay,
If you get any new
Thanks, Coach. Okay, so that's what we have is the pitching circle was too far back Again, it was where slow pitch would throw the ball from. And if you noticed in the top of the first, those of you who've been with us the whole time, a lot of her pitches, the Parker pitchers, it's almost like she was bowling them. They were all low. They were getting, and that's not fair to her. So I think the fair thing to do, Todd, would just to start the game over since we're only half inning in and reset the score at 0-0.
Well, they really never should have started the game.
Right, you're 100% correct.
I mean, if they knew that there was this issue, it should have never been started.
Well, from what the coach is saying, the field behind us where the Tucson and Hereford team is playing, they already have protested the game because of the dimensions of the outfield, the dimensions of the where the pitching circle is.
I'm sorry, I keep going back to, I'm just befuddled. John Larson, the coach, is here right now. John, you're coming over here, John. John, I am just in shock right now that at a state tournament game, we're having these kind of issues that should have been resolved before.
Right, and it kind of started before we even got here. There was some things we're noticing about the brackets and stuff, but that had been ironed out. Our district did a great job. District 8 went to bat for us on that. This stuff we couldn't help till we got here. And I'm of the opinion we're all playing the same field, but there's Little League regulations that we've got to follow. So we're just waiting on their protest, and the fields are set up exactly the same. So whatever we're dealing with, they're dealing with.
Right.
So they started the protest, John, and you're just kind of waiting for the answer from that field, and then they'll come over and whatever the decision is, they'll make it happen here.
Yeah, we told them we would abide by whatever they said to start with, because we're all in the same field.
Sure.
It's no advantage for anybody, but it's Little League regulation. So I'm okay with whatever. The later we wait, the cooler it gets.
Well, yeah, I guess that's one positive way to look at it. The later it gets, the cooler it gets. Because when we started this game, Bill, you had how about 108?
108. He had 110 or 11. So
yeah, 112 driving in for us. So it's just going to tick off a little bit of time.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll get under 100.
Is there a 7 o'clock game after this?
Yeah.
Okay.
7:30 game.
Well, we had that in Sierra Vista, as you know, with the rain delays. So that one game didn't start till almost 9 o'clock.
Right.
Yeah, John, the other question I was going to ask is there a run rule limit here in the state tournament as well?
Yeah, in tournament play, you're going to be 15 after 3 and then 10 after 4. They got rid of the 8 after 5 for tournament play. Okay. So we stick by that.
All right.
15 after 3 innings and 10 runs ahead after 4, and that would be a run rule victory for whatever team was ahead.
Coach, do you know how long this delay could last here before a decision is made?
So we're waiting from West Region. So it's not going to be anything local. We're waiting from West Region, California, San Bernardino to come and let us know what they want us to do before we proceed. They have a plate coming that they can nail in. Maybe that'll be the quick fix. We just don't know.
Have you ever experienced any delays like this before in games? And like I say, I'm just in shock that at a state tournament they don't have things together, and they should have known ahead of time.
We're used to playing in Cottonwood. We've been lucky to play up there, and they've got it pretty well together. They do it a lot.
Yeah, we were in Cottonwood last year watching.
No, we don't experience this up there. From the get-go, they're there way before we get there. They ask us to get there early, so we go in and certify our books and stuff way ahead. And here, I mean, I didn't even get to work out with the girls. I didn't get to warm them up because we were waiting over there to certify. So, yeah, it's been kind of sluggish all around. And that's the only thing I worry about is the girls sitting cold.
Yeah, as a former athlete, you know how it is. You warm up and then you sit down. It's really hard to warm up again. And, and then the mental part. I mean, 80% from the neck up is athletics. So.
And a lot of them, they got into this hot weather to start the game, and that's really draining. And over time, the longer you wait, the more it sets in, too. So I don't know how it's going to play out, but...
No, that's a good point. But like you said, it's the same for both teams.
Right,
so.
Right. Yeah, and ultimately that's what we said. Just play on, and we all play by the same rules. And I was okay with that.
Yeah. Well, and especially with the 6-0 lead, you're even more okay with it.
Yeah.
That may be short-lived. We'll have to see.
It's a lot bigger difference than people think.
Oh, yeah.
When we're talking about moving them inside the box to get a little advantage, but now they're 3 foot.
Well, that's what I was telling our viewers. It's like putting a basketball rim at 12 feet instead of 10. It's going to throw your shot off. So
yeah, they're having to hang back and be patient, and it'll be adjustment.
And you can tell with the Parker pitcher. I mean, a lot of her balls were low. It's like she was bowling almost. So I mean, it didn't know, just she had a rough time, and now we know why.
Yeah, and she's got to stretch out her stride, her pitch, and that's always going to put her outside to side as well too.
Exactly. So that's the news from the horse's mouth, I guess we could say, Coach.
Yeah, John, let us know when you find out anything new, and I guess we'll kind of hang out, I guess. John, as far as the season goes, what was your season record this year?
For the regular season, I'm not so sure. We split up. This is part of two teams coming together.
Oh, that's right.
So we had to battle it out.
Yeah, regular season is all the different teams in the league.
About that. That's right.
We have a district as this team. We were undefeated 4-0.
Okay, gotcha. So you had some good momentum, coming into this tournament.
Yeah, and the girls are really growing. We played Morenci the last game. A lot of club girls, they got their act together. They play really clean, and we're kind of trying to reach that level as far as hitting. We had the edge on them pitching, and I think overall our whole lineup we had the edge hitting. They had a decent pitcher, but we put a lot of balls. We put 9 to their 2, or 1. They had an error that one they got through. So. The score didn't really reflect the stats, but it was a hard game either way.
No, exactly. And the good news is for the people of Willcox is coming off a state championship in 2A, and looking at these girls, it doesn't look like there's going to be any rebuild, just a reload, and a lot of good softball players down in Willcox. So they should be pretty good with McCumber for 3 more years, and then that'll give a chance to these kids to grow up a little bit, and then we'll put them into high school, and I think everything will be very, very positive for the Willcox Cowboys.
Coach John Larson, one quick question. If you win tonight, when would your next game be? Would you know that?
Yeah, we'll play tomorrow night, either way.
Would it be the same time?
Probably not.
I believe it's a 5:30 game tomorrow, but I'm not sure if we will.
Okay. Just double checking because we've got a lot of games to cover and we're trying to figure out ourselves because Douglas also plays tomorrow at 5:30. So we got to do some figuring out ourselves here how we're going to cover both games.
I'll find out for sure.
All right, sounds good. Well, we're awaiting Coach John Larson having a chat with us here, explaining the situation here, because, Bill, this is definitely
not something you see every day.
No. And now this is the first time that we've experienced this at a state tournament. They don't have the field ready.
Right.
The pitcher's mound they didn't make right, or they never really should have had the games here on these fields to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, if they weren't prepared, it's kind of hard to change things on the fly, so to speak.
Right. You can't change it now, can you?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, I mean, they're waiting from the word from the western region, and they're in San Bernardino. So whatever they decide, they'll do.
Yeah.
The good thing about softball, if it was baseball, you'd have to change fields because you have a mound. Softball, you just have a circle. So you do still have a rubber, so that could be something that we might want to keep an eye on as well.
Yeah. Well, Willcox did get off to a good start, though. They have a 6-0 lead.
We know why.
that might not last long, depending on what the decision is from headquarters. As phone calls are being made right now, and they try to figure out what to do.
5:30 tomorrow if they win.
Okay, so
Coach Maricopa, they got the bye.
Okay, so if Willcox wins, it'll be 5:30 again tomorrow. And Bill,
right here.
We had planned to be taking on that Douglas game, but it's possible we still might be able to pull it off because I believe Mark is coming in tomorrow.
Okay.
Maybe he can get here in time.
Okay.
And we can do both games.
That would be great.
We'll have to see if we can pull that off. Either way, we'll definitely do our best to cover Willcox as far as we can. But what a unique situation here right now.
Just something, like I said, you don't see every day.
So it's a waiting game right now, folks. I'm going to just set the camera. This is where I am right now, folks. I had to go buy a ladder here from Walmart because Bill reported back to me, since we'd never been at this park before, that the fence was really high. And we don't want to do a broadcast through a chain link fence. So I had to get a ladder, and here's how I'm standing on it right now to give you the best coverage I can. But this is the situation right now. Let's run you through a few of our sponsors. Vista Pros, brought to you in part by Vista Pros Heating and Cooling, proud supporter of our local athletes, including Willcox and community we call home. Vista Pros, local, reliable, and professional. Big supporters of youth sports and our state tournament coverage here on Cool FM Live. Thank you to Seniors Helping Seniors. Their caregivers are seniors themselves. They show up ready to exceed expectations. Learn more at Southern Arizona, SHS.com, covering all of Cochise County. Seniors Helping Seniors. And don't forget the Dog Lotto, the hottest shelter dog game show in the world. It's right here on Cool FM Live, and it's on our page right now every Monday at 6 p.m. Pick your free lucky numbers at coolfmonline.com. Click Dog Lotto at the website, then tune in every Monday at 6 p.m. to see if you've won. We've given away over $3,000 in cash and prizes already this year, and it's free to play. It's just that easy. It's the shelter dogs from the Nancy J. Bruja Animal Care Center in Sierra Vista that pick the balls, the winning balls, and you can play anywhere that you're watching from in Cochise County and beyond every week, and you could win. Check it out right now. We've got the video up on our Facebook page at Cool FM Live on Facebook. Thank you so much to everybody for joining us, but we're in an unusual situation in this Willcox-Parker Arizona State softball game. If you're just joining us, it's in a delay due to a protest because the mound...
And the protest actually came from the game behind us, the Tanque Verde, the Tucson Tanque Verde Little League.
Which is over here behind us, right?
Yes.
And so they decided to protest because we started the game already with, you know, it's not regulation for youth softball. And they didn't figure it out ahead of time. And so because of that, they're now protesting. And we're waiting for the word from Little League headquarters. Bill, is that?
Western Region in San Bernardino. And if the Willcox girls get that far, that's where the Western Region will be held.
That's right. That's right.
Hello.
So once again, just we're just kind of waiting and seeing. The decision's going to come down via phone, and then both our game and the game behind us with the Tanque Verde team. I'm not sure who they're playing, but we'll resume at that point. But it's going to throw kind of a logjam into things because there is supposed to be a 7 o'clock game, and those of you who followed us last week in Sierra Vista with the weather delays, we had that doubleheader, and the first game didn't start till about 8:45, and I think it was 3 minutes before midnight when the second game finished. So these things happen. This shouldn't. The weather, you can make an excuse for this. There really is no excuse.
Yeah. When you don't have a field ready and it's a state tournament, there is no excuse for that.
Right.
And I would hope the folks in San Bernardino, they definitely scold the people here.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this is definitely not planned out the way it should be.
And once again, like the coach said, you warm up before the game. It's already incredibly hot, and you get your muscles loose, and then you go that half inning at the top of the first. You get 6 runs. You're feeling good, and then everything comes to an abrupt halt. And now you're cooling off. Your muscles are now getting back to being tight. You're going to have to re-warm up, and on top of that, you know, the mental aspect of it, where, you know, you got your game face on, you're ready to play ball, and then all of a sudden, just, you know, they pull the plug, and now it's just kind of back to waiting, and so that's going to also be a factor as well. But I wanted to get back to what Todd was saying with his ladder. I've seen Todd balance on a chair before. I can't confirm it, but rumor has it that Todd ran away to the circus when he was 8 years old, and he was a trapeze artist, so he's used to hanging from just crazy places and doing his thing.
Yeah, I'm a long way up here on this ladder. The things I do to try to get you the best view possible. Thankfully, I haven't gotten hurt yet.
Or he hasn't fallen on me.
Yeah.
Although at the in Goodyear at the Cincinnati Reds spring training game, when we had the Bisbee game, the Bisbee baseball game on, I thought you were going to take a tumble off there.
Yeah, I almost did. Well, we're just kind of waiting, folks. I want to thank La Sierra Grill and Steakhouse in Hereford, proudly supporting all of our athletes and teams throughout Cochise County. We're serving lunch specials from 11 to 3, Tuesday through Saturdays now. Visit LaSierraGrillSteakhouse.net. La Sierra Grill, where flavor lives. Allo Fiber, your new home team internet, TV, and phone service provider in Sierra Vista. Visit allofiber.com to learn more about the Allo Fiber difference as well. And thanks to Eagle Plumbing, they've been providing expert service throughout Cochise County for more than 50 years. Family owned and trusted for everything from small leaks to major repairs. They're only a phone call away. Eagle Plumbing, proud supporters of local sports, and they do service the Willcox area. So if you're thinking of anything plumbing related, please support those that help bring you this coverage here on Cool FM Live. And if you want to be a sponsor, feel free to message us on our Facebook page at Cool FM Live, and we can try to work that out for you and get your message of good luck to these Willcox girls or to any team that we cover here on Cool FM Live Facebook and on our YouTube page, Cool FM Live. And of course, we're on Bill's 520 Sports Talk page as well.
So we're not having any fun waiting. You guys at home are not having any fun watching waiting, but unfortunately, that's what we're having to deal with. So those of you who maybe just came in late, the reason for the delay is the field dimensions. A couple things. The mound was about, what did Coach say? About 3 or 4 feet farther than it should have been. And obviously, you know, 8, 9, or 10, 11, and 12-year-old pitcher, that's going to definitely have an ill effect on them. Also, this is a slow pitch men's softball field where the outfield fences are 300 feet all the way around symmetrically, and that's not what it is. The outfield fences for Little League are 200 for softball, so that's an extra 50% that, you know, that the outfielders would have to cover. And like we mentioned at the beginning of the telecast, any ball that's hit in the power alleys very likely could be an inside the park home run. So a lot of things that aren't the way they should be here on the field, and they're trying to get kind of a, I don't know, Todd, kind of a Band-Aid answer, I think. I don't think that, you know, maybe tonight after the games are done, they can refigure the pitching circle or have a temporary fence put up tomorrow for the games. The game tomorrow here, if Willcox wins, is 5:30. If they lose, they're still playing here, but we're not sure the time yet. Who did he say had the bye they're going to face tomorrow?
As far as Willcox?
Yeah.
Oh, that I didn't hear. If Willcox wins, they play again at 5:30.
Yeah, the team they're playing tomorrow had a first-round bye.
That's right.
They were the top seed. So that's what we're doing right now. Both teams just kind of walking around the dugouts and just trying to keep their mind focused.
Big thank you, Bill, to Sierra Toyota. They want to buy your car, truck, or SUV. Get your vehicle appraised in 30 minutes or less, and no vehicle will be turned away. Sierra Toyota, locally owned, community driven. Thank you to Vinny's Pizza of Sierra Vista, serving the community for 45 years. With the great pizza, wings, and sandwiches. Proud to support this live sports coverage here on Cool FM Live, and they hope to see you soon. We started off the game here at about 109, 110 degrees. Bill had 108 degrees on his phone. I had 111. But things are cooling off now as the sun starts to set more. And we're just kind of in a, well, we are in a holding pattern right now, waiting for a ruling. Any minute now. Willcox did get off to a 6-0 lead in the top of the first. And then one of the teams in back of us started the protest because of the dimensions were not right for the pitching mound, between pitching mound and home plate. And so they have now put a call into the Little League West Regional, Bill?
Yeah, in San Bernardino.
To try to get a ruling on whether they have to still continue to play, even though it's not the right dimensions, or if the regional office will say, you've got to come up with a fix before you can start this tournament to get the right dimensions. And if that's the case, Bill, that may take a little longer.
Yes, and this is day one of the tournament, so that could logjam a lot of things if they have to spend an inordinate amount of time getting this field ready to go, both with the outfield fence and the pitching circle. The pitching circle is a lot easier fix. You just have to put a rubber there where it's supposed to be. The outfield fence is going to take a little longer. Obviously, you have to stretch it from left field through the center field area and over to right field to get that part corrected.
Well, and giving you a USA Men's National Team Soccer World Cup update. Unfortunately, bad news so far. Belgium leading Team USA 3-1, 60 minutes, 38 seconds and counting into this game. So not looking good so far for if you're a World Cup soccer fan. USA down 3-1, Bill.
Yeah, and this is USA is the last host team. Remember the other two host teams, Mexico and Canada, have already lost. Mexico losing last night. And then so United States, the last host team, still left in the tournament. And you said, what, 3-1, you said?
Yeah, 3-1.
Yeah, 2 goals.
61 minutes in.
So 2 goals to come from behind is quite a task in that level of soccer. I mean, these are the best athletes in the world for soccer. And to have a two goal cushion is a pretty tough task to come back from. All you have to do, though, in soccer is tie it, and you can play extra minutes. You can go down to a penalty kick situation where you can win or lose on that scenario.
Apparently, some people making some comments on the game so far who have been watching it. The USA has looked spooked from the opening kick and has made too many stupid mistakes, according to, I'm just looking at some Twitter
We're just reading this
feed.
verbatim.
Yeah, I'm just reading here some comments from people.
Remember, this is a family show.
Yes, right. Oh, man.
Well, and then they got that red card penalty reversed, so that, their main guy is able to play. So I thought that would kind of give him a shot in the arm, but apparently it has not so far.
Another person is saying some real amateur mistakes from the U.S. The 2 goals conceded in the first half. Terrible positioning and awareness. So horrible defense, another person says, so far on the U.S. men's team. So, again, they're going to have to really step it up, it sounds like. And if they're already not playing the best, then it's not looking good here for Team USA. But I'll tell you what, Bill, it's been fun watching him up to this point to get to this far when USA isn't known for their soccer abilities.
No, they're not in the caliber of the the European teams and the South American teams. They are a good team, but soccer started late here and has only been really popular since maybe 1990, maybe the late 80s. So it kind of put the United States behind the 8 ball as far as having to catch up. As far as the athletes are concerned, you know, obviously the United States has some of the best athletes, athletic-wise, in the world. But when you're playing a game that is relatively not as old as the rest of the world playing since, you know, the turn of last century, you know, it just kind of puts you at a disadvantage. But hopefully the U.S. can come back and, like we said, at least tie it, get to extra time, and then if it's still tied, go to a penalty kick scenario. One thing, I don't know about you, Todd, soccer is not in my wheelhouse as far as sports knowledge. So
Yeah.
we don't normally cover it on 520 Sports Talk just because we don't want to sound silly.
Well, folks,
Nothing happening behind us, Todd. They're both teams are in their dugouts. And do you want me to walk over to the scores table and see what I can find out?
Yeah, see if you can get an update, Bill, and feel free to interview anybody. You've got the microphone, so it should carry that
It'll
far.
reach that far? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what I can do.
All right, sounds good. Bill is going to see if he can't get an update here. We're in a delay due to a protest because the mound is not regulation here at the state tournament. If you can believe that, they did not figure this out prior to coming to these fields and having these fields here in Mesa be the fields for the girls' state tournament. And somebody didn't do their research. And so the teams now are protesting.
So we're over here at the official scores table
right now, and we're awaiting a ruling.
I do see the guy that's
right now
part of the official scores team on the phone, and I'm assuming he's on the phone with the Little League higher-ups and trying to get some type of resolution for the situation that, unfortunately, that we're in that has delayed the game. Going forward, so we'll kick it back to Todd for right now. Is this guy on? He's on the phone. Is he on with San Bernardino?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
That is the maintenance lady right there.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the person underneath, Todd, the person underneath the canopy is field maintenance. So they would be the one that would have to change the rubber on the pitching circle to come in. I don't think we're going to get a temporary fence at this point, at least for this game. Maybe tomorrow they may put up one at 200 feet as it should be. person underneath the person underneath the canopy is field maintenance, so they would be the one that would have to change the on the pitching circle for coming in. I don't think we're going to get a temporary fence at this point, at least for this game. Maybe tomorrow we may put up about 200 feet as it should be. Just correct me if I'm wrong, the length of the rubber from home plate and then the lack of a temporary fence at 200 feet, both should have been taken care of, obviously, well before the tournament started and stuff, but kind of strange. Normally we go up to Cottonwood, and I think you guys have been there too, and much different run tournament up there.
Right, even in Tucson.
Or in Tucson, yeah.
Very, by the book.
Right, right. So, any word? I know they're on the phone supposedly to San Bernardino, and
Nope.
just kind of hurry up and wait, huh?
Hurry up and wait.
All right. And you guys are playing who over here? Queen Creek. Queen Creek, okay. All right, so for you 520 Sports Talk guys that are watching the simulcast with Cool FM, Tanque Verde All-Stars playing Queen Creek All-Stars here on the other field, and they're in the same situation that we are, having to wait on the decision from the Western Region people on how to move forward. So we just wanted to give you a quick update. Good to see you guys, 520 Sports Talk guys. I'm sure we'll keep an eye on your game as well, and just keep winning. We'll have you on the 520 Sports Talk show.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you, Coach. From home plate, and then the last. Okay, Todd. So I went.
Okay, Cody, we're ready to go back right now. Can you take us back? In 3, 2, and 1.
Are we live?
Live here. Just took a little bit of a break there.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we were on a break or not. I went over to the other side, the other field.
Yeah.
And talked to the Tanque Verde coach. They're playing Queen Creek. Obviously, they're in the same situation as we are. In fact, they were the ones that initiated the situation where we're having to be on a delay right now, the protest, I guess you'd call it. And they had the same feelings as you and I did, that this shouldn't have even taken place. This should have been day one planning from the Parks and Rec here in Mesa in conjunction with the East Valley Little League. So that's what it is. Nobody's happy here. We do want to give a special shout out, though, to the Tanque Verde girls being a 520 Sports Talk team. and we hope that they continue to advance, and hopefully maybe we'll get a Willcox-Tanca Verde matchup. That would be neat.
Yeah, we'll try to, when the other game gets underway, but we'll try to keep track of their score, and we can get folks an update on that game if we do start. I would hope that we start at some point soon.
Yeah, who knows? I walked around over to the Parker side. They didn't know anything. The person under the canopy behind home plate where the official scores are, she's the groundskeeper lady. So the only thing she's waiting for is them to tell her to go ahead and put the rubber up closer to the plate. Like we mentioned, I don't think that the temporary fence is going to be a solution, at least in this game, or maybe even the next game, but possibly tomorrow, hopefully.
Well, all right. I want to thank our sponsors again here, Copper Crane Community Hospital of Cochise County. Their new physical therapy department is open in Hereford. Schedule an appointment with one of their doctors of physical therapy today. Call 520-432-6435. And as you can see, the Willcox girls are trying to stay loose, Bill, as best they can, and try to keep their mind in this game because of this very unusual situation here, as we are in a delay, and we're not in a weather delay, Bill, of any kind. No. Imagine that.
I can deal with those because, at some point the clouds are going to go away and the rain's going to stop, where we have no idea how long this delay is going to last. One good thing, if you want to try to put a silver lining on it, with the temperature and the heat the way it is, it doesn't take a lot to get re-warmed up physically, but it's the mental battle that you have to really put your game face on again and get focused to go do battle with the Parker All-Star team. And they have the same situation over in the other dugout as well.
Well, and like you say, with the later start, at least it is cooler as the later it gets.
Yeah, did you like the spot I picked out here?
Yeah, I like it better now.
Yes, exactly.
Now I understand more.
As you can see in Todd's video shot, we are in shade. The shade goes over the first base bag and about halfway between third and home on the other side.
Thank you to Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up. Contact Grasshopper Landscaping for all of your landscaping needs. Find them on Facebook or search Grasshopper Landscaping on Google. Thank you to the Sherry Ethel team of Long Realty, proud supporters of our young athletes all season long. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, make your first call to the real estate professionals, located right behind Denny's in Sierra Vista on 5 Boulevard. Give them a call at 717-599-2439. Great people, honest, they'll treat you right at the Sherry Ethel team, Long Realty.
You know, Todd, I don't know who did the uniforms for Willcox, but boy, they sure did a whale of a job.
Especially for the 250th birthday of the country.
Yeah.
It's a real patriotic themed uniform. For
red,
Willcox
white, and blue,
Cowgirls.
stars on their sleeves, and they're red and white anyways, being Willcox colors, but just a tremendous looking, really just an exceptionally looking uniform for the Willcox girls, and whoever did the uniforms, hats off to you.
Thank you to Sonic Sierra Vista. Wednesdays are Wacky Pack Wednesdays. Kids meals for just $2.49, and on Thursdays, corn dogs are just 99 cents. Every Thursday, Sonic Sierra Vista. Thank you to Duran Plumbing, serving Sierra Vista and Cochise County for 10 years. Residential commercial plumbing projects backed by a lifetime of industry experience.
I should have known.
Proud supporters of local sports programs and athletes. Thank you to Duran Plumbing and Bill McCulloch. Anything new?
Yeah, I was talking to the coach. I was just asking him where the uniforms we were coming from, and Patrick McCumber, Hattie's dad, who is obviously a big part of Willcox High School cowboy and cowgirl athletics. He has a guy, as they say. He has a contact that does the cowboy and cowgirl uniforms, and they just went with that company. And as we mentioned, just a great looking uniform. It's probably one of the best all-star uniforms I've ever seen. And I've been around Little League for quite a while, so.
Coach John Larson, Bill, can you get the microphone over by him? Anything new, any update you can give here?
I wish I had more. They did hear back, and all they were hearing was they were trying to get confirmation and permission to use plates for the pitching mound that they were just going to go buy. They just wanted to make sure they had permission to put them in.
Plate, not a base, a flat plate?
Just like that, a flat plate to hammer in. So those are permanent, obviously.
Right.
But the ones we use in Willcox, they just hammer in a nail on each side, and that's what they're trying to get to use to see if they'll sign off on that from West Region. That's what we're waiting on.
And are those easy to find?
Yeah, you can get them at any sporting goods, like Dick's Sporting Goods will have them. The other team had already went and sent somebody to buy one before we even stopped the game.
Oh.
So they were trying to get the game to postpone, and they didn't want to postpone it, so they went ahead with it. And that's as far as they made it. And then when they shut it down, they said, well, let's see if that'll continue. We can get that to work.
So, Coach, have you heard anything about the score? You know, hey, obviously they've wiped it off the scoreboard. Are we going to start fresh, or?
I don't know anything about it. I don't know. Sometimes those scoreboards overheat if you leave them on. So I don't know if that was where they're going with it, is to give it time to cool down instead of keeping it on. I have no idea.
Okay. So a lot of unknowns here in Mesa in the East Valley. And Willcox, the city of Willcox, when they do softball tournaments, light years ahead of Mesa here. So kudos to Willcox as far as that goes. And, you know, it's unfortunate, like we said, that, you know, we even have to have a delay like this. And apparently some couriers have been sent to the local sporting goods shops trying to find a home plate, as Coach was saying, just to kind of, or a pitching plate, okay. The pitching plate, like a rubber, right? Yeah, okay, so we'll just call it a rubber from the baseball term, but they can just be temporarily nailed into the dirt. And once that happens, I think we should be back ready to go. Like I said, there's no way they're going to put a temporary fence up at this juncture. Maybe tomorrow. That situation still has to be rectified.
All right, Bill, thank you so much here as we await the decision. Or I guess if they find those rubbers, and maybe we can get underway here sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I don't know where the sporting goods shops are around here, Coach. How long ago did they leave?
They sent them before we started the game. So they may already have it here. They're just waiting to see if they can use it.
Right, and they would have to get one also for the field that the Tanque Verde and Queen Creek are playing on. Okay, makes sense. All right, thank you, Coach. So that's the latest here from Mesa. We're just once again waiting for the pitching plate, or the rubber, as I like to call it, just using kind of a baseball vernacular, to get it set, get it hammered into the field. They'll take their tape measure and measure it 45 feet or whatever the Little League dimension is. And hopefully sooner than later we'll get to be back to live action.
Yeah, and we may have to start this game over then too, Bill, right?
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is on the scoreboard. Like you said, they may overheat, but
they just turned the scoreboard off, so
yeah.
I'm almost assuming
I think we're going to start over since we're only a half inning in.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, just, to be objective, it's not fair to the Parker kids, to be down 6-0 when they had to pitch from farther away.
Thank you to SSVEC and all of our sponsors investing in local youth sports and helping make this coverage free to you. Be sure to visit our sponsors and support the businesses and support the things you love. All the list of businesses is in the post description of our live broadcasts on Facebook and on YouTube at Cool FM Live. Please hit the subscribe button and follow us for all of our sports action. Also now on our YouTube page at Cool FM Live. So please subscribe there as well. And Bill, you're with 520 Sports Talk. You've got your page and your YouTube page as well.
And
Anything that you got
Instagram.
coming up there on your outlet?
Yeah, actually, there's a big game on Saturday now. I may be at that game if they're your Little League, if Willcox or one of the other teams we're covering, the Douglas team, advances to Saturday. I'm going to try to make arrangements to get somebody to stand in for me at the football game in Glendale. It's the interstate rivalry between the Arizona Rattlers, the host team, and the Tucson Sugar Skulls. Just a couple of weeks ago, the Rattlers came down to Tucson and lost to the Sugar Skulls. Only the third time in Sugar Skulls history had they been able to beat the Rattlers. So right now there's only 2 games left, Todd, and playoff positioning is definitely a factor. Tucson is in the 4th and final playoff seed right now. The Arizona Rattlers are in 3rd. They have a 2-game lead over the Sugar Skulls. The Sugar Skulls have a 2-game lead over the 5th place San Antonio Gunslingers. So both teams are in pretty good shape as far as making the playoffs. I don't think anything will happen as far as 3rd and 4th switching places. There's only 2 games to go. They would have to go to a tiebreaker, and that's a whole nother ball game. But that's going to be a good game on Saturday. You can watch it on Yahoo Sports, and then of course 520 Sports Talk and 602 Sports Talk will have an article after the game describing the action. So we definitely, for the Tucson people, that's not a long trip up to Glendale. The Sugar Skulls Booster Club, definitely get your people there. I know you always have buses going up there, chartered buses, and what a great thing for any club to have. But Tucson has a great booster club for the Sugar Skulls. I want to give them a shout out, and they really do a good job. They help feed the players. These are not NFL guys. They don't get multi-million-dollar contracts. Some of the guys play like $150 a game. That's it. So, the Booster Club helps feed them. They help with other things. I know that they have social events at like the Union Public House and some different businesses across the Tucson Valley that they also not only support Tucson businesses, but also have the Sugar Skulls there on site, so you can bring your family, the kids, and meet the team, get an autograph, get a selfie with them, that type of thing. So big game coming up on Saturday, in-state bragging rights. This is the 3rd and final rubber game. Arizona killed Tucson 66-10 in the first game, and then Tucson returned the favor when they were the home team a couple weeks ago. So this is the 3rd game of the season, and once again, it could have tie-breaking implications if somebody goes on a 2-game, if the Rattlers go on a 2-game losing streak and the Sugar Skulls go on a 2-game winning streak, they would be tied, and then they would go to the tiebreaker situation. So that's what's going on in Pima County and with Southern Arizona sports as far as 520 Sports Talk is concerned.
USA World Cup soccer update here. Belgium still has a 3-1 lead. Bill, 86-50 into that game. So USA still not able to get the ball into the net and get that game closer.
Yeah, they're running out of time because 90 minutes is regulation now. You always have extra time.
Yeah, they
in
have
soccer.
a few like penalty minutes or
penalty
timeout.
minutes. There's always extra time in soccer, but you don't know how much. That's the thing. It could be 2 minutes. It could be 10 minutes. So.
Yep, that's for sure. We're live here in Mesa, Arizona, and the Willcox Cowgirls.
Willcox All-Stars.
And they're taking on Parker, but we're right in the middle of a delay here due to a protest. If you're just joining us, Bill, if you want to explain for those that are new to what's going on here, what the situation is.
Sure. Okay, so once again, first and foremost, we want to thank you for joining in it's probably a shocker coming in late and not knowing what's going on, seeing an empty field void of players and of action. But what's happened is we had the top of the first where Willcox All-Stars came out and just scored 6 runs to take a very big advantage only after a half inning. But the field behind us, which has the Tucson Tanque Verde All-Stars and the Queen Creek All-Stars here from the East Valley, Tanque Verde put in a protest because the rubber, or the plate like they call it, the pitching plate, was back where slow pitch pitches from, and that's a whole different ball game as far as dimensions and everything else. So after the half inning, it was not fair to the Parker girls having to pitch from that far away when they're used to pitching from the regulation difference. I made the sports analogy of, think about playing basketball. Instead of a 10-foot rim, you've got a 12-foot rim. It's definitely going to throw off your shot. It's going to throw off your game. And that's what the situation was here. Another thing that should have been fixed that has not and probably will not be fixed, at least today, is there's no temporary outfield fence. So it's 200 feet to the outfield in Little League, and this, like I said, is a slow pitch field, and the dimension is 300 feet. So that's another thing that's a very much of a disadvantage. So. Like you does racing.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Cool, yeah.
You got a phone?
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
All right. Still awaiting word here.
Oh, there we go. Right here?
Uh-huh.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
And how we're going to move forward with this game.
Yeah, can you get a picture of that? Yeah, thank you.
Todd
so
Ryan
much.
along with Bill McCulloch here with state softball coverage here in Mesa, Arizona on Cool FM Live Facebook and Cool FM Live on YouTube. Thanks to Desert RV in Huachuca City, building more than an RV business. They're giving back through local youth sports, veteran support, and community fundraising events. Learn more at desertrvcenter.com. And a big thank you to BEREAN Academy, proud to support local sports where skill, strategy, and determination take center stage. BEREAN Academy of Sierra Vista. You can sign your child up for the new school year at BEREAN Academy. Stan Greer Millworks, Southeastern Arizona's premier supplier of custom doors and windows with a distinguished history spanning 40 years. Offices in Tucson and Hereford. Pass on a legacy with Stan Greer Millworks. Discover more at StanGreerMillworks.com. And thank you to the good folks at MORSE Automotive Group in Sierra Vista, inviting you to stop in and experience the difference. Cochise County is now backed by MORSE.
Can you get Coach over here?
Yeah.
For us, thanks.
Let's see what the
What we're going to do is what I was thinking about doing is getting Coach back over here, and he was talking about the team that they play tomorrow. If they win, has a first-round bye. Now we know that the Willcox girls went 4-0 in Sierra Vista, so I want to ask him how the seeding. How do they determine the seeding, Coach? I mean, he went 4-0. I mean, you can't get better than that.
It's all a draw, though. It's all going to be done by draw for state.
Oh, so it's just a blind draw?
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as I know.
Because I was saying, you're 4-0. Nobody's going to be any better than that.
Well, and partially, the districts are all different sizes. Where we just added Mount Graham, that whole Gila Valley to our district, we play way more games than some of the other ones. Some of them only have 2 teams in their district, and some of them are by themselves. So it has to be a blind draw because of that.
Yeah, that's what happened last year in Tucson. The Vail kids didn't have enough teams, and so the Sunnyside Little League from the south part of town kind of absorbed them, and actually did very well with the Vail kids being on the team. So I can appreciate that. How's the Mount Graham? How do those kids look?
I I'm not like we tried to go into their club scene over there a few years ago, and so they're on a building point right now where all the way up, I think they're kind of a little bit less than what they want to be. And that was from the bottom up, from Little League on up. And now they're building their feeding program. They have a club team over there, and they're starting to build from the ground up. They have a program, but it's not where they want to be, I don't think.
No, I can appreciate that. But I mean, we got to start somewhere. And, a lot of times people lose sight of, especially if you have, if you've had tradition like Willcox has, like Benson, like Bisbee and Douglas and all that, just long-standing, a lot of talent in softball and baseball. There was a day one for them too, and we don't want to lose sight of some of the challenges that comes to pass with the Mount Graham and the Gila County or the Gila Valley people.
Yeah, and we had seen with our high school with McCumber, they played when Hattie was 7th, 8th grade. She was playing in the off season with some of the high school girls in their club, and she was still dominant at that point against a lot of the high school teams. And so that's where we have seen where they need to work at the lower end to get where they need to be by high school.
No, I can appreciate that. And my business, 520 Sports Talk, we actually, the Willcox Little League team from a few years back with Taddy was our Team of the Year. They won our Team of the Year trophy. So I got to go to R&R Pizza and interview them, and that was quite a show as well. But like I said before, I think Willcox is in pretty good shape. You got 3 more years of Hattie that the 2A people are going to have to deal with, and then that'll give these girls a chance to age up and should be able to plug them right in.
Yeah, and that's what we tell these girls. We're not building them up for Little League. We're building them up for the future. They've got middle school that they're going to carry on right after this. They've got a good program there with a lot of coaches, a lot of good information, and our goal is next year. What are you going to do next? What's next? And ultimately to build the high school program. That's what it's all pointing at. And they have their individual goals, and some of them have aspirations that are pretty high. But for us, living in Willcox, we want the ultimate goal to be high school and success there. So,
no, I can appreciate that. And that whole area over in Willcox, the San Pedro Valley with Ben, I mean, just a lot of good talent. I mean, you had Katie Francis, now her married name. She was a great pitcher. Just a lot of good players there. Yogi's now at St. David, and they went really far in the high school tournament. And Benson baseball did really well. Bisbee baseball did well. So just a lot of talent with the big ball and the white ball.
Yeah, and it comes down to dedicated parents ultimately for the younger programs, because the high school really hasn't had an outreach. It's come from coaches like McCumber, like myself, reaching out and gleaning what we can from the club programs, bettering ourselves to be able to pass it on to the girls. Good coaching, good timelines for them to let them know, hey, it's a game of long ball. We're looking for the long game, and good mechanics, good conditioning, and that's where I think we put our focus, and it's paying off.
No, that's great, and just some really prolific players coming out of that area. Emily Darwin, a year at Yavapai and Grand Canyon came in and raided their whole roster at Yavapai, put them in a rebuild situation. But her first outing in D1 NCAA softball throws a no-hitter, and like we mentioned, Katie Sherman, Katie Francis, both her sister Kayla, also a good player, and just a lot of good, McCumber, Hattie. She's going to be a menace for the next 3 years, and the 2A schools, not only in Cochise County, but Pima County as well, are going to have to deal with it, and that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, she'll be something they deal with, but they're also going to be better just having her there. Their goalpost just went a lot higher, and so it's going to bring up, just because she's rising, everybody else is going to have to rise or concede. And I don't think that they've got that mindset in any of the schools around there. They're ready to step it up, and they got to see her as a freshman. That's good and bad.
Yeah.
They've seen what they need to fight against, and once you've seen it, you've got something to shoot for. So they'll be ready, I think, next year.
Yeah, I think the DNA runs pretty deep in there because her older brother Cash was a great football player, wrestler, and he's taking his talents to the next level as well. And so just a lot of good things happening in the Willcox area as far as sports. And what a great place to live. You got wine, you got sports. You're a little cooler than Tucson. You're a lot cooler than Phoenix. So it's kind of a win-win situation and a great place to retire. Those of you who are maybe around my age or older, give Willcox a shot. It's nice and quiet. You can be friends with javelinas and coyotes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people have deep roots there. I know my family's rooted in the Pomerene, Benson area specifically. Before that, we're from Stafford. My mom comes from Duncan. I mean, we're all homegrown and small town. And when I was coming up, I went through the same Little League fields that my kids are playing on. And we're just trying to give back to the community. And when my older girls were younger, they're going through, and we saw Benson and how they were running their program. It was parents that were driving their program and taking their time to train the kids right. And they had a dominant program. And it switched hands whenever those parents left Benson, and some parents picked it up in Willcox, and that is where it came from.
Well, and I mentioned in our pregame show is there's no rebuilding here with Benson or with Willcox or Bisbee or Douglas for that matter. Just strong, traditionally great schools, both, like I said, both softball and baseball. So, you get rid of, you have somebody graduate like a Hattie McCumber, and then you got somebody from this team that's going to step in and be just as valuable and just as effective. So, Cochise County looks pretty strong, at least in the near future.
Yeah, that's been a strength of Benson for a long time, is kids coming back from college games and things like that. Their teams are coming back and giving back to the community. That's why it's kept them so strong for so long, is the buyback as they come and pay it forward to the next generation every time. They may have more of that than we do. I've always seen it there. My dad talks about it when he was a kid, and he's almost 80 now. So it's something that's never gone away from Benson.
Little crash the timetable here. When I played Little League, I had to face Ed Vosberg, who played for Randolph Little League. I played for Frontier Little League, and Ed obviously won a national championship at the University of Arizona, went on to pitch a lot of different years, a lot of different teams in the major leagues. So, like we said, Southern Arizona, just a wealth of talent here athletically, and not everything is Texas and California.
And I really appreciate the broadcasting too. Whereas when I was going through the program myself, football and things like that, there was kids that had a lot of talent that never got any exposure. If the coach didn't have a connection, the kid went unnoticed. And so I really appreciate that the kids are given a forum to show off their talent and to be noticed and hopefully take it another step whenever they have the ability.
Well, the advent of the internet was definitely a big shot in the arm in that regard. But are we starting to warm up, Coach? Do we have any new news?
I don't know. They're starting without me, so maybe I'll go better and check it out.
All right, we'll let you get back to your team, Coach. Thank you very much for joining us.
Well, Bill, yeah.
How's that for an on-the-fly interview?
Well, we killed a few more minutes here, and it was a good discussion there with Coach Larson as well that you had.
I'm getting in the Jeff Davenport level now.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. But wow. Well, folks, thank you so much for joining us. We are in a delay. It's not a weather delay, but it's
although it's hot enough, it could be.
Yeah. By the way, temperature update, Bill, we're at 108 degrees right now here in Mesa. And as I was checking the forecast, it's not going to get below 100, Bill, until around 10 p.m. tonight.
Right. They've got a extreme heat warning, till July 7th, which is tomorrow, along with an air quality alert. So one thing that you don't have in Cochise County and rarely in Pima County is the smog. that you have to deal with. For people with respiratory ailments or something, they kind of tell them to stay inside. Not that you'd want to be out in this heat anyways, but that's something that also you have to take advantage of. So both teams now, Todd, are back doing their soft tosses, their warm-ups. And so that tells me right there that they should be ready to go shortly. I think we're just waiting for them to come out and measure the distance from home plate to where they want to put the temporary pitching base or rubber, and then we should be able to get back to base air softball. So just kind of recapping what Coach Larson said was, you know, these girls went 4-0 in Sierra Vista. You can't get better than that. They played 4 games, they won 4 games, but it's a blind draw as far as the seeding. So it's kind of like, you know, the old game, you know, who's going to draw the short straw. And they didn't get the first round bye, but sometimes the first round bye can kind of come back and bite you, Todd, because you're waiting around. You're not, once you get into this part of the season, you want to continue that flow. You want to continue the momentum, the adrenaline, and that type of thing where, you know, you sit for a game and you have to watch to see who you're going to play. A lot of times it's difficult to get back into that frame of mind that you need to be successful, especially at this age.
Alrighty, folks, I want to run down a few of our sponsors once again because we can't be here and pay for the hotel stays and pay Bill's extravagant amount of money that we pay him.
I signed that contract last year. I still got a year to go.
I'm glad that we signed a 10-year contract with you, Bill, and locked you in.
That's right.
At a really good rate.
Yeah,
you said 10 years and I'll give you my best rate ever. And I said, where's the dotted line? I'll sign.
There we go. No, it's actually an honor for me to be here on loan to Cool FM. And actually, I don't even feel like I'm on loan anymore. I'm kind of like part of the Cool FM family now. Yeah. And they are also a part of the 520 Sports Talk family. And who knows, maybe in the future, you're going to hear some more good news as far as us doing things together.
Yeah, and hopefully expanding our sports coverage down the road as well, working together with 520 Sports Talk, and hope to have announcements on that by the end of the year and maybe sooner. But right now we're in a waiting game here as we...
Now they do have the tape measure, Todd. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but they are measuring it. So I think we're just a few minutes away, and they have turned the lights on as well. Not that we need them quite yet, but that with the delay, I'm sure that part of this game at least to be in the dark and under the lights. So
you see, Bill, right now they have the pitching rubber, and they're going to try to now make it actual regulation.
Now you can see with Todd's video, you can see where the softball is. That's where they were pitching from in the top of the first. So that's a good, looks like almost 6 to 8 feet closer where it should be, at least for Little League, that they're going to resume the game. And you know, Todd, I'm thinking that they're probably just going to wipe off that first, the top of the first, and we're going to start fresh. And that's the way it should be. I mean, this situation shouldn't even have happened, but you know, once it has happened, you got to be fair for both sides.
Yeah, absolutely. That's only the right thing to do. But if you're just joining us late, Willcox did jump out to a 6-0 lead, and they didn't even get a hit, did they?
There was 2 hits.
Oh, that's right. Did he? Yeah,
one to left field, one to center field. But a lot of that was them taking the extra base, stolen bases. The Parker team, not to sound condescending, but they just kind of fell asleep on the mental aspect of it. They didn't pay attention to the runners that Willcox put on base, and there was several. I think there was 4 or 5 stolen bases, which in softball is you know, it's not. Baseball, you get a lot more stolen bases. You have a lead. You can lead off, even though the bases are closer in softball. It's not as common in softball as it is in baseball.
Thank you to Duran Plumbing, serving Sierra Vista and Cochise County for more than 10 years on residential and commercial plumbing projects, backed by a lifetime of industry experience. Proud supporters of local sports programs and athletes. Thank you as well to Sonic in Sierra Vista. Don't forget, Wednesdays are Wacky Pack Wednesdays. Kids meals for just $2.49. And on Thursdays, corn dogs just 99 cents. The Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty, proud supporters of our state coverage here following the Willcox County first round and first game here at State in Mesa, Arizona. What's the name of the park here, Bill?
Red Mountain Park.
Red Mountain Park.
And behind us is Red Mountain.
Oh, yeah.
Over there. In fact, the 202 freeway that we came in on from Scottsdale is called the Red Mountain Freeway.
Which would make sense then to call it Red Mountain Park.
Yeah.
All right.
And we even have red infield dirt, so we're good.
And as you can see here, a good contingent, Bill, of Willcox fans has made the trip.
Yeah, Willcox travels well, Douglas travels well, Benson travels well, Bisbee travels well.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah. More so than Sierra Vista, actually, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You look at a Buena Road game and a Willcox Road game, there's a lot more fans from Willcox.
Yeah, it just seems like the smaller towns tend to give a bit more travel support for sure.
And I'll tell you, as a athlete that went to a small school and played these teams back when the dinosaurs were walking around, very, very intimidating when you're 14, 15, 16 years old, and you go play Willcox in football, and there's pickup trucks backed up to the end zone and two guns in the gun rack, and the guy's chewing on a toothpick, and you're thinking, oh shoot, we're going to be in for it. So just a lot of good people in these small towns, and and it's the only game in town. They don't have them all to go to, and so everything is high school sports, and that's the way it should be, really. I mean, this is pure Little League sports, high school sports, the last level of just pure athletics. You get into college, you got the transfer portal, you got the NIL money, and then obviously professionals get paid. So I enjoy doing this level of sports because it's just pure athletics.
Well, we got a World Cup soccer update. It is a final now. Belgium over Team USA 4-1. Disappointing end to a great run to make the final 16 teams. But it was fun watching him. I guess, better luck next time.
You got 4 years to get it right.
Yeah. Now,
actually 2 years, you got the Olympics.
Yeah, that's true. And I think we have isn't there a women's FIBA
There's a Women's World Cup, too.
And isn't that next year?
I believe so.
So we'll have to root on the...
Yeah, they stagger them.
Team USA for FIBA World Cup play in 2027.
Now, the Women's World Cup team is one of the elite teams in the world.
You're right.
As opposed to the men's. They have, they're always in the medal round, and they do very, very well for America. So now what they're doing is they're kind of drawing the circle with the tape measure, just kind of like you used to do in junior high math with a compass, and drawing a radius as a circle. There's no chalk to chalk it this late in the game, this late in the situation here, but they do want to have the circle because that's regulation, Todd. You can't step beyond the circle, so there are rules. There are rules that come into play with that, as well as the pitching base or rubber being way, way out of dimension.
Well, they're finally getting it all proper regulation. 1 hour and wait a second. No, yeah, an hour and 45 minutes into what should have been the start of the game at 5:30. It's 7:16 now, and we're finally regulation on the pitcher's rubber there that you see in front of us. And that's why there was the delay, because of the fact that it wasn't regulation. And there was a protest by one of the teams that they didn't have the field ready. And so they had to go out and buy pitching rubber. And then as you saw just a few moments ago, they nailed it in and measured, and we should be ready to go here any moment now, Bill. Keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, I think we're good to go. I really do. So
big thank you to SSVEC, our presenting sponsor, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, serving our community. We can't do it without them and travel all over the place. We're going to be covering as much of state tournament play as we can, following the Willcox girls, following the Douglas boys baseball team, Little League as well. They've got 2 teams in the tournament, Bill. Douglas, the 8 to 10-year-old Douglas team, will be playing at 5:30 on Tuesday, and we'll have the coverage here on Cool FM Live. And then we're going to follow the Sierra Vista Ponytail softball team. They're playing in Cottonwood, and they start on Wednesday evening at 5:30. And Julian and Mark will have the coverage broadcast from Cottonwood, either on Cool FM Live or our Cool FM Live sports page, one of the two, as me and you, Bill, trying to figure out what game is going on next that we'll cover ourselves.
well, this whole month is going to be interesting to see who advances. That's the fun of not only Little League, but any tournament. You know, it's winter. It's winter. You go home after 2 losses. Here it's double elimination. Baseball is also the same, unlike football and basketball, where it's winter go home. But still, you don't want to go through that losers bracket. You really don't. It's not impossible, but there's a lot of pressure on you because that point it's winter go home, and there's no tomorrow. So you want to stay in the winners bracket. You want to put the pressure on the other teams to come up and play at your level as opposed to playing down to their level. And we're about ready to get started here shortly. Both teams are back in the dugout, and we should be going live momentarily, hopefully.
Take a sneak peek here into the dugout as the girls get ready here. And it looks like I think we're going to have a fresh start, Bill.
As it should be. You can't fault Parker for that.
Well, I thought we were going to get cooler as the night went on, Bill, but cooler in Phoenix and Mesa as the night goes on is only like a couple of degrees difference.
Yeah, it's very often it's midnight and it's still 100 or more.
Yeah.
It doesn't cool down here like it does in Tucson with the mountain ranges surrounding the valley, or in Cochise County with the elevations being a little bit higher, and also they have the advantage of having the mountains to cool them off as well. So
104 degrees right now, and it's only going to get below about 99 degrees after 10 o'clock tonight. So the only thing that's nice is the sun will be down, and it does feel cooler once that sun goes down.
It is definitely cooler than at least feel-wise.
And we do have a little bit of a breeze too, Bill.
Yeah.
Which is also nice.
Kind of like a hot air convection oven breeze, but nevertheless. Here's something for you viewers to kind of get to on the comment line and stuff like that. After the game, those of you who may know the East Valley, the Mesa, Tempe, Scottsdale area, put a good place for us to eat afterwards if you know this area.
Oh yeah, we like to check out new places to eat. Normally, we'd probably be almost close to eating by now, since this game was supposed to start.
It was supposed to be a 7 o'clock start for the second game.
It would have been over by now. It was supposed to start at 5:30.
For you viewers in Cochise County and around the 520 area code.
Okay, no, wait.
What is it?
Coach?
Are they going to keep the score from the top? Okay.
So they are going to keep the same score.
That's interesting. I don't like that, just because I don't think that gives a fair shake to the Parker girls, but obviously that's what they're going to do, and we're going to have to deal with it. But just a quick side note, Todd is the Egg Foo Young King of Cochise County.
Well, and I think they possibly are doing that too, Bill, because we've got such a late start already.
That's probably the reason why. It's a good point. There really is.
So Willcox will retain.
Let's see if
that 6-0 lead here. We're in the bottom of the first. Parker will come up to bat right now.
I'm going to talk with the umpire. Whose decision was it to keep the top of the first score instead of starting over? Was it a time situation with the second game?
I'm not sure if it came from the district administrator or from Williamsport.
Okay, all right. So unknown there, but nevertheless, the top of the first stands, and that's a huge benefit for Willcox, having put 6 runs up on the board. And the Parker girls are ready to take their first rips.
Okay, Coach Larson.
So what we got is they're going to start right now. We're going to pitch at 40. So we kind of got an uneven inning. It may come out in the end where they protest that because they had to pitch an inning at 43. So we'll see how that works. But from now, they got guidance to start us at 40. So that's how we're going to go.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you, Coach. So 40 feet is the new pitching plate or rubber, as opposed to 43. And the score is going to remain the same. There could be an additional protest, like Coach says, from the Parker team because they already had to pitch from 43. And the first pitch as we get going again. Is a ball, so 1-0 the count. And Rolando at the plate. Robledo, sorry. Second pitch low, 2-0. So once again, glad to be back with you. Live action here on Cool FM and 520 Sports Talk. And the 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike, caught the inside corner about knee high, and 2-1 the count. What's the number on the pitcher? 25. Takes a look at it and a strike called, 2-2. Callie Larson in the circle for the Willcox All-Stars.
You're good.
And rings her up looking, and down she goes for the first out. And Larson to open up the bottom of the first with a K. That's a good start as the girls celebrate. And that'll bring up Morgan to the plate for Parker. Morgan, the center fielder.
Here we go, girls.
Nobody on here with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. In case you snoozed off or came back just now, 6-0 Willcox. The score remained the same, and Todd and I are thinking that probably the time factor had something to do with it because the second game was supposed to be starting at 7 o'clock, which we're already past that. So. In there for a strike, so looks like Larson has her A game going so far here early. 0-2 the count. Oh, rings her up on 2 called strike threes looking. And Larson quickly 2 down here in the bottom of the inning. So
hey, girls, 2 down. Know your play. You're going 1.
Apparently, Todd, the hour and some minutes rest did not affect Callie Larson. So 2 down now for Parker. In there for a strike. It's just strike after strike for Larson. And I don't believe the game behind us has resumed yet with Tanca Verde and Queen Creek. In fact, it has not.
Hey, good spot, Kelly, good spot.
They may have to use the pitching base they may only have 1 and they have to use it for that game behind us later, so we'll kind of keep an eye on that one as well. 1-1 the count. Just misses for a ball. 2-1. Andrade at the plate. She's the pitcher. Had a rough outing in the top of the inning, allowing 6 runs. In there for a strike. Boy, Larson looks good, and apparently, like we mentioned, that layoff, the hour layoff, doesn't seem to have an effect, a negative effect on her.
On your toes, girls, on your toes. Go 1.
2-2 pitch. Oh, right at the knees, and down goes Parker. 1-2-3 on 3 consecutive strikeouts. Looking, Todd. That doesn't happen very often. So you've seen a lot of firsts here with Cochise County Little League teams, both baseball and softball. You got the Callie Larson striking out the side looking. And a few last week, you had 3 Douglas pitchers combined for a perfect game in their game against the Willcox boys. So a lot of good stuff going on for Cochise County athletics.
All right, thank you, Bill. We will be heading now to the top of the second inning. 6-0, your Willcox Cowgirls with the lead. This is the very first game of the state tournament for the Cowgirls here in Mesa, Arizona. Thank you to Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up. Contact them for all of your landscaping needs all over Cochise County. Find them on Facebook or search Grasshopper Landscaping on Google. Copper Queen Community Hospital of Cochise County, their new physical therapy department is open in Hereford. Schedule an appointment with one of their doctors of physical therapy. Give them a call today at 520-432-6435 and make an appointment. Thank you as well to Vinny's Pizza of Sierra Vista, serving our community for 45 years with great pizza, wings, and sandwiches. They're proud to support this live sports coverage here on Cool FM Live. They hope to see you soon. If you're ever in the Sierra Vista area, please support Vinny's Pizza. And Bill, we're ready to get underway here in the top of the second inning.
Top of the second.
29. And the game was supposed to start at 5:30 due to a protest. And we finally got things worked out with the pitching mound being back to, I guess, close to regulation.
So with that big top of the first inning, we're looking at the bottom of the order for the Willcox All-Stars. Kylie Armlong will be the leadoff batter here. She's an outfielder. Andrade looking in, and the pitch. Low and inside, ball 1, 1-0. One-0 pitch. Inside corner, he caught the black, so 1-1. Once again, 6-0 lead here for the Willcox All-Stars. I keep wanting to call them the Cowgirls, but they're the All-Stars. 2-1 pitch. Tried to get that inside corner again, misses this time. And
well,
it's 3-1.
It's the Cowgirl All-Stars. I guess we could say that, right? I mean, you know, it's Willcox.
3-1, and saves it with a 3-2 pitch right on the inside corner. She likes to work that inside part of the plate. And the count full now. And struck her out looking, so turnaround's fair play as far as the get caught looking, and 1 out here in the top of the second. Ashley Fuentes, the batter. She hits a popper to the shortstop behind second base and hauls it in for the second out. So 2 up, 2 down here in the Willcox half of the second inning.
Let us know where you're watching from, folks. who your favorite player is, who your favorite team is. We'd love to hear from you. Just get that chat going here and root on your favorite team tonight.
So top of the order, Todd, and Samara Chavez, and she just hits a little looper to the pitcher who puts it away for the third out. So after the long delay, Willcox goes down 1-2-3, as did Parker. So at the end of an inning and a half, we have a 6-0 lead in favor of the Willcox All-Stars.
Big thank you to Sierra Toyota. They want to buy your car, truck, or SUV, get your vehicle appraised in 30 minutes or less. No vehicle will be turned away. Sierra Toyota, locally owned, community driven. Thank you as well to Eagle Plumbing. They've been providing expert service throughout Cochise County for more than 50 years, family owned and trusted for everything from small leaks to major repairs and projects. They're only a phone call away. Eagle Plumbing. Google them. Proud supporters of the Willcox All-Star Girls team here. First game here in the state tournament. Big thank you going out to our good friends at Allo Fiber. They're now available in Sierra Vista for internet, TV, and phone service. And our good friend Manuel, the owner of La Sierra Grill and Steakhouse in Hereford, supporting all of our athletes and teams. If you're in the Sierra Vista Hereford area, it's worth the drive too, by the way. They got some of the best steaks and Mexican food in the area in Cochise County, serving lunch specials from 11 to 3. They're open Tuesday through Saturdays from 11 until 7 on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday they stay open until 8 o'clock. Go to LaSierraGrillSteakhouse.net. La Sierra Grill, where flavor lives. And Bill, we're heading now to the bottom of the second inning.
Bottom of the second, 6-0 still Willcox All-Stars. And, you know, when I was talking to the umpire, the first base umpire, this situation got kicked up all the way to Williamsport, which is the national headquarters of the Little League. So they had I'm sure they weren't too happy about that.
Yeah, they had to call the folks at Williamsport because it could end up, you know, that's right. They're ultimately in charge, the folks at Williamsport, because they could end up in Williamsport ultimately.
San Bernardino's the West Region headquarters, and Williamsport is the national headquarters. So here we go.
Walk and talk.
Larson back in the circle after a 1-2-3 inning, and just picks up where she left off. Strike one, looking 0-1 on a knee-high fastball.
Here we go, defense. Here we go. Come on, Kylie. You got that. 2 steps.
Silva, the batter. Larson to the plate and moved it up a little bit. A belt-high fastball. 4 strike 2. 2-0. Or 0-2, excuse me. Oh, 2 pitch, got her swinging for out number 1. So Silva retired on strikes.
Call your plays, girls. Call it out.
Todd, can you see that number? The 3?
Looks like number 5.
5. So Miller at the plate now with 1 out. And that's the first pitch in the inning, Todd, that has been a ball from Larson. So 1-0 the count. Long look into the catcher, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, blew it right past her to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hey, on your toes, man.
So top of the order up next here. 1 out, 1 strike, 1 ball. Same pitch, same result. So 1-2 the count now.
Hey, watch start drop. Watch start drop.
Larson's got her A game going here early. Up high for a ball. That's going to even the count up at 2-2. So Todd, Callie Larson could be the heir apparent to Hattie McCumber once Hattie ages out of high school. Fouled off to stay alive, 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch from Larson. Fouled off once again.
Heads up. Just missed somebody, Bill.
Yeah.
That was a close one.
So a good job by the hitter to keep fouling them away to stay alive. Low strike, got her looking. And that's out number 2 here in the bottom of the second.
Hey, go hard, Callie, pick it up.
First pitch, swing and a miss. Won the count. Ground ball back to Larson, flips it over to first for the second out, and the third out, and that'll do it for Parker. Once again, a 1-2-3 inning, but they did get the bat on the ball on that last batter. 1-3 if you're scoring. So at the end of 2 complete, heading to the top of the third, Willcox has a 6-0 lead here in Mesa, Arizona.
And thank you, Bill. Hey, don't forget to join us for the Doggo Lotto, the hottest shelter dog game show in the world. And it's right here in Cochise County. Pick your lucky numbers for free at coolfmonline.com/Doggo Lotto. Tune in every Monday at 6 p.m. and see what numbers the shelter dogs pick. Anybody can play, and it's free, no money. But you can win up to $500 in cash and prizes. We've given away over $3,000 in cash and prizes. So go to our website, coolfmonline.com. Play anytime. We do it every week, every Monday at 6 p.m. And, well, you can see an example of the Doggo Lotto up right now because the show went up at 6 p.m. tonight on Cool FM Live. And you have to pick your numbers before midnight on Sunday, though, each week.
You told me to hit a puck.
So go to our website and check it out. And make sure, folks, to subscribe to our Cool FM Live Facebook page, or actually hit follow and subscribe on our YouTube page, because spread the word. The YouTube page is really growing fast because we do all of our sports now on both Facebook and YouTube at Cool FM Live. So do us a favor and hit subscribe. And Bill McCulloch with 520 Sports Talk, he has his pages as well too, Bill.
Yeah, and also we have Instagram and X, formerly Twitter.
Well, Bill, we head to the top of the third now. Willcox back up to bat. They lead 6-0.
So I want to welcome all the people that kind of probably faded away a little bit during that hour-plus delay. And we are back to live action, and they did keep the score the same. First pitch is low in the dirt, ball 1. Delilah Martinez is the batter. Ground ball over the second base. He's got to hurry and just go. They call her safe. So Martinez legs it out. Now, for you softball players at home watching, especially the young ones, you have to charge that ball. It was not hit hard off the bat, and she waited for it, and that allowed the base runner to be safe.
Bill, I just noticed there's only one umpire.
Yeah, the other one had walked over here. I don't know, she may be having to go to the other field, which they are, by the way, Tanque Verde and Queen Creek are getting ready to start their game, restart their game.
I'm wondering if the late start here has an effect that caused an umpire shortage.
I think that's what it is. So Martinez steals the base, and she's now at second base. And Callie Larson, the pitcher, who has done so well so far here early in the game at the plate, looking at a 2-0 count. Inside goes to the backstop, and that's going to allow Martinez to take third base. So 3-0 the count, and a lot of things can happen with that count. 3-0 pitch, and there's ball four. So runners at the corners now. And you saw her take a wide turn, and she's going to go, and both runners go. The runner from third scores, Martinez, and Larson all the way to third base on a walk. And once again, Parker falling asleep with the base runners, and that's a big part of why it was 6-0, Todd, when we restarted.
And it's now 7-0.
So Macy Cosan at the plate with Larson at third. And nobody out here in the top of the third. 7-0, Willcox All-Stars. Pitch is low for ball one.
Coach Larson obviously believes in aggressive base running. And it almost seemed like that was planned.
No, they're doing everything they need to do. Next pitch, swing and a miss, goes to the backstop, but not far enough for the runner to advance. And the count 1-2 now.
They were trying to spook Parker into trying to get that runner home from third, and it worked.
Larson puts the ball on the ground at shortstop, long throw, and just gets her, but she gets a run batted in, and that actually goes as it's a fielder's choice. So the run does score, making it 8-0, and the first out of the inning. Ara White is at the plate now with the bases empty. She's the extra hitter for the Willcox All-Stars. First pitch, letter high fastball for a strike, and that evens the count up 1-1. Up high, 2-1. So even when Willcox makes it out, they still score a run. A little low for a ball, and that's going to make it, I don't know what he called it. The scoreboard showing 2-2. We'll go with that for the time being. 2-2 pitch inside, so count full now to White. Fouled off to stay alive. Kind of inside out of that pitch. It jammed her on the hands, but had enough strength to get the bat on it, and she goes back to the batter's box for another chance. 3-2 the count. And there's a base hit over the shortstop's head into shallow center field. And White on board with a one-out single.
Beautiful hit.
Just over the outstretched hands of the shortstop.
Yep.
So that's going to bring up Marla Romero. Marla's the third baseman for the Willcox All-Stars. And she has a word with Coach Larson down the third base side of the diamond. So the sun finally down here in Mesa. It's not dark yet, but it's behind the mountains. And hopefully that'll give us a little bit more temperature relief. First pitch goes to the backstop, and White will take second base on the wild pitch. So once again, Willcox with a runner in scoring position here with 1 out and an 8-0 lead. Hit in the air to left field, and it's going to be chased by the left fielder and third baseman, and nobody got it. So if there's such a thing as a well-placed foul ball, that was it. Just out of the reach of both infield and outfield. So Romero back in the box now with a 0-1 count, or excuse me, a 1-1 count. 1-1, letter high fastball for a strike. 1-2 now. White hits a little looper, picked up by the second baseman, and this is not even going to be close. Safe as a White legs it out. And once again, for the youngsters out there, you have to charge those type of balls to have any chance of getting the base runner. So runners at the corners now. And that goes to the fence, or the backstop, but no advance from third base. But White takes second base, and once again, you have 2 runners in scoring position for the Willcox All-Stars. Up high, 1-0. Pitch. That's going to go to the backstop, and once again, Coach Larson keeps his runner at third base. White wanted to go from second to third, but had to hold up. 3-0 pitch. Hit on the ground. Once again, the shortstop, long throw and no throw. Everybody's safe. And an RBI for Lugo. So Romero at third now. White scores, making it 9-0. Willcox. There goes the runner and no throw. As Romero takes second base. Fouled off behind the plate. 1-1 the count. Lenny Chavez at the plate. Ball was low, and once again, just kudos to the catcher for Parker, just having a lot of time. She's got to have to keep that ball in front of her. She's doing a pretty good job for this age level. Swing and a miss on a rise ball, and that evens the count up at 2-2. Took a little off and missed with the changeup inside, and that'll run the count full. So no force, runners at second and third, so. And put on the ground again to the shortstop over to first, and not in time as another run scores. Ball gets away, here comes another runner into the plate, and she scores, and the batter takes second base. So Martinez heads up after beating out the infield grounder, takes second base on the throw home. Heads up base running and good fundamentals by Coach Larson and his staff. So 10-0. First pitch fouled off behind the plate, 0-1.
What happened?
Vivian Martinez fouled the ball off, and there was some question. I don't understand because that was the first pitch. I don't know what the controversy was. The count's 0-1. Hit on the air, second baseman calls it and goes behind her. And that'll get the runner to third base on the error. So Martinez saves it first on the error. And Chana is all the way over to third. Once again, picking up the extra base on the miscue. So runners at the corner now, 1 out, 11-0 in favor of the Willcox All-Stars. Pitch up high for a ball, 1-0. As the runner takes second base on a kind of a delayed steal. Once again, Parker not paying attention to the Willcox runners, and they're saying thank you very much. There's another ground ball to the third baseman over to first for the out, but that's an RBI ground out and a 12-0 lead. So that's going to bring up Kylie Amelong. She's a center fielder. And looking at a 12-0 lead with a runner at third base. Swing and a miss, 0-1. 2 outs now here in the inning. Amelong looks at the second one high. So that'll even the count up, 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch, just got a piece of it, 1-2. How you doing on water over there, Todd?
I'm holding her steady as I can here.
Next pitch misses. Oh, no, they called a strike, a delayed call. 1-2 the count. Oh, now they changed it to a ball. Okay. Down in the dirt, so the count is full. 2 outs here in the inning, and a 12-0 lead for Willcox. And boy, that didn't miss by much, but she takes the base on balls to put runners back at first and third. And that should bring up, I believe, Natalie Fuentes. First pitch swing and fouled it off the plate, 0-1. Do you see that number? One pitch gets underneath the catcher. Good job to stop it, though, and keep the base runners from advancing from third, although Amelong took second base. Up high for a ball. 2-1. Swing and a miss on a low ball. And that'll even it up 2-2. Deuces are wild on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And a line drive to the shortstop, and she's got nowhere to go with it. Good job to get to the ball, but really had no play. She was that deep in the hole, and another run scores to make it 12-0. So runners still at first and third, as Fuentes gets an infield hit. And that's going to bring up the top of the order, Samara Chavez. This Willcox offense is just incredibly talented, but also really alert. Swing and a miss by Chavez. That's going to send the runner down to second. Once again, they're not paying attention to the runners as Fuentes advances to second base. And now you've got runners at second and third with 2 outs. 0-1 the count. Up high, it'll 1 ball, 1 strike. And looks like behind us, Verde just scored a run. And the kids from Tucson doing a good job. Fouled off to the left side, and she'll go back to the batter's box.
Yeah, maybe in between innings, Bill, we can get a score update as I'm reading the sponsors if you want to.
Sure.
Walk over or see.
So I'll go over to the Verde field and get our 520 Sports Talk viewers an updated score. And that ball goes to the backstop, and here comes the runner to the plate, slides in safe, and the trail runner takes third base. So Fuentes now at third base. And Amalog scores the 13th run. Three and 2 the count now to Chavez. Right down the right field line over the first base head. That's a base hit. Runner will score, and Chavez digging for second base. She's now going to third base, and she's going to go all the way home. Here comes the play at the plate. And he has an inside the park home run. Whew. Once again, something you don't see every day, an inside the park home run. She rifled that one over the first baseman's head down into the corner in right field, got past the right fielder. Once again, we talked to you about that no temporary fence there, and she could run all the way around the bases in a 15-0 lead.
Ooh, she got hit.
And she got hit on the back where that, and that's Delia Martinez, and want to make sure she's okay as the coach comes down. And she seems to be okay. She's shaking it off, said she's okay.
$15-0, folks.
15-0.
And Bill, there is that
15 run rule. Yep.
When does that take effect?
After 3 innings, I think. We'll get a confirmation on that. So Martinez, after getting plunked on the bat with the pitch, is at first base. And the pitcher, Callie Larson, the coach's daughter, at the plate looking at a 15-run lead. Pitch low, and that's going to allow Martinez to take second base. Once again, you're not going to see a more aggressive base running team than this Willcox team, and hats off to the coaching staff. Base hit into right field. That's going to score the run as Larson rounds first. And now she's going to take second, and in there under the tag is Larson. Once again, heads up softball, taking that extra base when it's the opportunity to. And 16-0 now, and even with the delay, Todd, I think we may get out of here early tonight.
Yeah, it would appear that way. At least early, sort of.
Sort of, yeah.
Because this game originally was supposed to start at 5:30.
That's true.
And it got delayed an hour, and I want to say an hour and 45 minutes or somewhere around
Something
there.
like that.
Because they didn't have the right pitcher's mound regulation.
Didn't have the right dimensions. Yeah.
And length from pitcher's mound to the plate. So they had to go out and buy a pitching rubber. And then some phone calls had to be made to regional and
the national headquarters.
The National Little League headquarters to ask them what to do. Because these fields were not ready.
They weren't in game shape ready.
Which, like I say, is just befuddling.
Oh, it just flabbergasts me that you can't fix it on the fly.
Now, I thought, Bill, it was 15 runs after 4 innings.
4, I think you're right, yeah.
And then
10 after 5.
And then 10
Because
after
they only
5.
play 6.
And if that's the case, then like you're right, we could be done
Got
with
another
this
inning to
soon.
go, but
It's 17-0 right now, and
they look like they're in good shape. Macy Kosan is the batter now. And they're taking a look over at Larson. I'm not sure what's going on over there.
get the live chat going, folks. Let us know where you're watching from. Love to hear from you. Just talk it up at any time. We're at Cool FM Live on Facebook. Follow us there. And also on our new YouTube channel, Cool FM Live. You can watch all the sports action. We're going to do our best to cover as many of the games as we can with our staff. And due to the fact, Bill, that the games are really all over the state, Cottonwood, Mesa, Tucson.
Nogales.
And Nogales. So we have to, we're spread kind of thin, so we're going to do our best.
Kind of like that first day of the NCAA basketball where you got 16 games.
Yeah.
So Kosan at the plate, Larson at third, and 2 outs. First pitch, little dribbler down third base line, but rolls foul, 0-1. Once again, at the break in the inning, I'm going to go over to the Tanca Verde game and get you 520 Sports Talk viewers and listeners update on their score. Same situation as in this game where they had the delay. Up high, right by her helmet, and that makes the count 2-1. Here comes the runner to the plate and scores. Once again, Parker falling asleep. And Willcox taking advantage. Now that score's got to be wrong, Todd.
Well, they're changing it.
It was just 17, and now it's 12. Now,
Oh, yeah.
Here we go, 18.
In order
There we
to
go.
add a run, they've got to
Go all the way around.
go back down to 12 and then come back up.
Okay, that's what it is. 18-0 lead.
And prior to 12, they had to go up to 12 to get the right run below 12. There must be something quirky with the scoreboard.
Sounds like they need to get an updated software or something. I don't know. But we got it right now. 18-0 lead here in Mesa, Arizona, under the lights.
It is a beautiful night here in Mesa.
Aria White now with Larson at, Larson's scored, excuse me. So base is empty, swing and a miss. And it goes 2-2 to White. Parker just trying to get out of this inning. Up high for a ball, or count runs 3-2, full count.
And this has been one long inning.
It sure has. Payoff pitch up high, and she's going to take first base on the walk. So if you're a Willcox All-Star fan, this has been a very good inning. And if you're a Parker All-Star, you just want to get that third out and get back in the dugout. Excuse me, that's Kosan at first base. And White is now at the plate. Swing and fouled it off the plate. 0-2 the count. Sometimes looking through the chain link fence, it's difficult to pick up some of the numbers. Kind of inside outs and a foul ball. Oh, fair ball. He puts back in. And Kosan takes it all the way to third base. That looked like a foul ball, Todd, and it just kind of crept in on the inside of the foul line, the right field foul line.
Yeah, when it was hit, it kind of had that foul ball kind of look to it.
Yeah, it kind of inside
just
out.
Stayed in.
But White at first base now, and Cosan at third. Changeup up high, and there goes White. So White steals second base, and once again, you got two runners in scoring position, trying to get runs 19 and 20 on the board before all is said and done. And there's a fly ball to left fielder. She had her placed perfectly, and finally the third out, but not before 6 more runs come across the board. And the score now, after 2.5 innings, is the Willcox All-Stars dominating 18-0.
And thank you, Bill. You're going to go try to get that score. Don't forget to turn off your mic. Seniors helping seniors. Their caregivers are seniors themselves. They show up ready to exceed expectations. Learn more at southernArizonaSHS.com. Thank you as well to our sponsor, Vista Pros. Sports coverage brought to you in part by Vista Pros Heating and Cooling, proud supporters of our local athletes, including the Willcox Lady All-Stars and the community we call home, Cochise County. Vista Pros, local, reliable, and professional. Thank you to Prestige Remodeling and Restoration, LLC in Sierra Vista. They've pioneered a visionary approach centered on customer service. Visit PrestigeSierraVista.com. Thank you as well to TWN Communications, delivering affordable, reliable, high-speed internet and digital phone service with no data caps ever. Stay connected with the freedom and performance you deserve. TWN Communications. And a big thank you to American Southwest Credit Union. Proud to cheer on our hometown athletes. Willcox, they believe youth sports help build character and create the kind of community spirit that makes us all proud. At American Southwest Credit Union, your money stays local. Member NCUA, equal opportunity lender. And Bill, we head to the bottom of the third inning as Parker comes back up to bat, down 18-0.
So an update on the game behind us with Tucson Tanque Verde All-Stars and the Queen Creek All-Stars, a much, much more competitive game. Tanque Verde, the home team, and they are batting right now in the bottom of the third. The score is tied 3-3.
Oh, wow. Very evenly matched teams so far in that game, Bill.
Very much so. So, obviously, Pima County wants to see Tanque Verde win, and Maricopa County wants to see Queen Creek win.
Thanks to MORSE Automotive Group, Sierra Vista, inviting you to stop in and experience the difference. Cochise County is now backed by MORSE.
The mercy roll for
15 after 4, 10 after 5.
15 after 4?
Yeah.
Oh, after 4.
Yeah, I can't play that.
Thank you to Stan Greer Millworks, Southeastern Arizona's premier supplier of custom doors and windows with a distinguished history.
Tomorrow we will be.
Spanning 40 years, offices in Tucson and Hereford pass out a legacy. With Stan Greer Millworks, discover more, StanGreerMillworks.com.
So Todd, back when we were kids, you know, you always had that that fairy tale or whatever you want to call it, where if you dig a hole, you'll come out in China.
Yeah.
Well, that hole's about getting to be almost close to China if you're the Parker team, down 18-0. They've got a long ways to go, and they have to score within the next 2 at-bats. They have to score a minimum of 3 runs, and that's provided that Willcox doesn't score in their turn at bat.
Girls, know you play.
So Ferris at the plate to lead it off for Parker. She's the left fielder,
Ball's coming to you,
trying to get that goose egg off the board. First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Way up high, about 5 feet over her head. And actually the corrected count is 1-2 now.
set, Delilah. You got it. Stay in the zone.
So Larson looking at a 1-2 count ahead on the hitter and kind of threw that one low. I think that was more of a see if she went fishing, and she held up 2-2. Oh, Delilah. Okay. And actually, we had a pitching change for Willcox.
Hey, battle here, Delilah, battle.
And Delilah in now pitching. What's her last name, Coach? Delilah Martinez now.
Was there an injury to
Okay, smart move by Coach Larson. Things obviously well in hand, Todd, and wants to give his secondary pitcher some work to keep her fresh. And also, you never know when they may need her. So good job all the way around today by this Willcox coaching staff. So Parker, their first runner of the game at first base.
Hey, good pitch, good pitch.
Robledo at first base. And she's going to take second base on the wild pitch. So that's Parker's first runner in scoring position. 1-2 the count. Nobody out here. In the Parker half of the third inning.
Come on, let's go. Hey, Tamara, you got to move when it's out of her hand, okay? Watch it out of her hand, be moving. Let's go, okay?
Pitch gets away from the catcher again, and that's going to allow the runner to go to third base.
Hey, you got it, girls. Let me play.
So those things don't really bother you as a coach so much when you have an 18-0 lead, but.
Hey, way to stick it, Delilah.
Pitch is a strike, 1-1 the count now. Down low, 2-1. Can you see that number?
I believe that's number 4.
4.
Up to bat.
That's Clark in the batter's box, and she is the second baseman. So 2-2 the count here. Runner at third, one out here in the bottom of the third. Down low, that's going to run the count full.
Hey, down here, D battle.
Once again, Parker trying to take that goose egg off the scoreboard and get that first run in. And a walk to the batter, so I'll put runners at the corners as Clark gets a base on balls. And that'll bring up Jada Moore. She's the extra player for Parker. First pitch swing and fouls it off to third baseline, and an 0-1 count.
You want her to throw it down.
Way up high to the backstop. Third base runners thought about it. Ferris thought about it, but then retreated back to third base.
That was wrong there. Come on, put it in play.
One out here in the inning. Swung at a ball at her head, but misses it. 1-2.
Good ball.
And that'll put her on first base on a walk. So runners on all bases now. Bases loaded for Parker. This is their best opportunity they've had yet in the game. But still have a long ways to go. First pitch hits her on the foot. That's going to force in the first run for Parker. And she took one off the ankle, and we know that does not feel well. He's limping a little bit. First base coach Clark is going to take a look. But Parker gets their first run across. And an 18-1 score now.
You want a runner? Good.
Asked her if she wanted a runner. She said, no, I rubbed some dirt on it. I'm going to stay in the game. Nice, tough play by Miller.
Hey, 4-1, 4-1. You got this, Delilah. Delilah, get him something to hit.
Once again, one out here in the inning. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Bases still remain loaded.
You got it, D. You got it.
Right here, D. You got it.
Delilah now pitching for the Willcox All-Stars. And a late swing and strike two. So a strikeout here would be a big out, Todd. Get that second out with no runners advancing. And 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and down she goes for the second out.
Girl, girl. One more.
You rally, hard hit, touch your bag. Here we go.
So it's going to bring up Marquez to the plate. First pitch swinging, fouls it down the first base line. 0-1 the count.
Great view of the sunset and the Willcox fans here in the background, Bill, I'm showing right now.
On your toes, girls, know your play.
They travel well.
Willcox representing. It's going to be a tough one over to the second base. Flips to first for the out. And that'll do it. But Parker breaks the string and gets their first run of the game in the bottom of the third. Now trailing 18-1. Kind of a moral victory for them, Todd. You know, they're not really in the game, but, you know, to get that 0 off the scoreboard, I'm sure it means a lot to these 10, 11,
And that's it,
12-year-old
Bill.
kids.
That's it. That's the game.
And that is it. That is a run rule game with the final score 18-1 in favor of the Willcox All-Stars. They will advance to tomorrow night's game at 5:30 right back here at Red Mountain Park. And we will let you know if we're going to do that game or the Douglas game over in the West Valley.
Yeah, well, we have the Douglas game scheduled, the 8 to 10-year-olds, that for sure we're going to do at 5:30 tomorrow.
Okay.
But we're going to see if we can cover Willcox, and we're going to try to get a team together and try to make that happen.
Okay.
Like I say, we only have so many people available, and
right.
We're going to do our best to cover as many games as we can. We want to emphasize, too, Bill, that it's double elimination.
It is double elimination, so Parker is still alive. They just go into the consolation bracket. And I'll tell you, you Cochise County fans, you already know about that 8 to 10 Douglas team, but Pima County 520 fans, wait till you get a load of this team tomorrow. Once again, through a perfect game using 3 pitchers in their next to last game of the regional tournament, or the district tournament, excuse me. And that is just something that you don't see very often. A perfect game is rare enough, but to have 8, 9, and 10-year-olds do it with multiple pitchers is just phenomenal.
Big thank you to BEREAN Academy, Bill. Proud to support our local sports coverage where skill, strategy, and determination take center stage. BEREAN Academy in Sierra Vista. Sign up your child today and check them out online as well. And an exciting game over there with Tanque Verde, Bill.
You want me to go check?
Yeah, check the score here. Maybe you can walk over there and check that game out. I had to buy a ladder, folks, from Walmart because of the tall fences here. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. And Bill is checking on a score here.
right. So we,
Yeah, your mic's on. Oh, where is it?
I left it over there. I'll go get it.
Oh, okay. Well, folks, Willcox a winner. Big winner tonight. So they'll play 5:30 on Tuesday for game 2 of the softball, Arizona State Softball Youth Championships.
We're going to do a little bonus coverage, and I'll be back.
Here in Mesa, Arizona. And
okay. Hey, what's the score? 4-3? 5-3. Thank you. Okay, so for our Cochise County viewers and our 520 Sports Talk fans, little bonus coverage here on the game behind us. It was tied 3-3 going to the bottom of the third. Now, the Tanque Verde All-Stars are the home team, so they're at the plate right now. They've already pushed 2 runs across to take a 5-3 lead, and we are in the 4th inning now. Queen Creek in the field. There goes the runner to second. She's going to be in there easily with a stolen base. So Tanque Verde with runner in scoring position here, trying to get that 6th run and double up the score. 1 out here in the inning. Once again, Tanque Verde, the home team. Lays down a bunt, pops it up, out to the catcher. She's going to go over to first. Ball gets away. That's going to allow the runner to score from second base. And on the error by the first baseman, the batter goes into second and puts another running in scoring position. So Tanque Verde's doubled up Queen Creek now 6-3 and looking for more. We had to give you 520 Sports Talk fans a little love here. With a little bonus coverage with Tanque Verde and Queen Creek. Squared around a bunt, and the ball got away from the catcher, allowing the runner to go to third base. So we already told Tanque Verde if they keep advancing, we'll go ahead and we'll book them on the 520 Sports Talk show, and we'll get to meet them personally. There's a bunt, nice bunt, picked up by the pitcher, over to first base for the out. Here comes the runner home, and gets her at the plate on a bang-bang double play to end the inning. But Tanque Verde comes up with 3 runs here in the 4th inning to take a 6-3 lead. On the other field that we had, our score was 18-1 on a run rule game, and Willcox easily advancing, and we'll play tomorrow night at 5:30. Well, we're going to check. I think we're going to have a word with the coach, Coach Larson, over there, if you want, Todd.
oh, yeah, let's take a.
Okay.
He's talking to somebody. He's talking to the team right now.
Yeah. So we're going to get a quick chat with Coach Larson. Once again, Tanque Verde up 6-3 on their game in the 4th inning, in the bottom of the 4th.
Big thank you to all of our sponsors. SSVEC, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric, our presenting sports sponsor. SSVEC serving our community. There's the winning team right here, right now. Willcox winning round 1 of the state youth tournament. And Coach Larson doing kind of a wrap-up with the team right now.
A debriefing.
A debriefing, that's right.
And as soon as he wraps that up, we'll have Coach Larson here for some post-game thoughts. As I continue to try to do my best Jeff Davenport.
Yeah. Looking forward, we're having playoff coverage from the state tournaments all over the state of Arizona all week long here on Cool FM Live. So stay tuned.
So Willcox will be facing Maricopa tomorrow at 5:30 here at Red Mountain Park.
We got lucky to play in a little bit of cooler weather right now. But tomorrow's coming up, so get your rest. Don't stay up late and talk, play. Hydrate as well. Let's come back here and play hard again. Hey, the Bills went from where we are. So, overall, good job, girls. Let's call it out. Thank you, Marlo.
So they're just finishing up their post game. We'll get Coach Larson over here in just a second. Okay, Coach. They're going to take a quick picture. And I'm sorry, honey.
I went smart.
Yeah, I thought it was a speed bump. It's a human speed bump. Well, quick pictures for the team as they celebrate their 18-1 victory. And we'll play the Maricopa Little League All-Stars tomorrow right here at Red Mountain Park at 5:30.
Hey, can we go eat?
We're going to wait for Coach Larson, so you're going to be our interim. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Coach.
I am Tiffany Larson.
Gee, that seems to run in the family, right?
Yeah, I'm his wife. So yeah,
Just tell the truth. You're his better half.
I'm his assistant. I keep him in line, and that's no joke. You can ask him. I make sure everything's going smooth. He works. He does more behind, with the girls. I make sure everything's running, and
You do the work that nobody sees, but it has to be done.
yeah.
There you go. Well, what a great win tonight. I mean, kind of a bummer that hour plus delay, and that was a situation Todd and I were talking to their viewers that shouldn't even have happened.
John, get in here.
You have to, you have to be ready to roll, and when the tournament starts, and that was kind of a Band-Aid situation today, but hopefully they'll get it fixed and maybe get a fence, a fence at 200 feet to kind of help.
So we were told they have a fence, but they don't want us using it.
They wouldn't let us use it.
They wouldn't let us use it. So I don't know what's going to happen. Where I know teams are protesting it because that can change the game.
Well, yeah, I mean, we were saying anytime you hit it, in that one inside the park home run that got past her, I mean, you knew that she was going to run all the way around the bases. But what a way to start off the tournament. 18-1, you can't get much better than that. And just hats off to both you coaches and the girls.
Yeah, they did good. We had great base running. We were really impressed with our base running.
Oh, your base running was awesome, but on the other side of the coin, you took advantage of what they let you take because they did not pay attention to the runners on base, and you just time after time again you were advancing to the next base, and ultimately that was the biggest reason you had a 6-0 lead after the half inning was the base running and taking that extra base.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, Maricopa, do we know anything about them?
We don't.
Okay.
And that's one thing I like to do. I like to scope out, scout, but I have looked everywhere, Game Changer, Facebook, I haven't been able to find a lot. So I know they won, so.
Now they didn't play, they had a bye? Or the seeding, or did they actually win?
No, they won. I know they played Florence.
Okay.
I think there was 3 in there.
Okay.
But I'm not for sure who all, but Casa Grande I think was in it too.
Okay.
But
But they had a bye for this tournament.
Oh yeah, they had a bye for this tournament, but
Okay.
they had a tournament for district. But
Sure,
yeah, they
sure,
get a bye
certainly.
tomorrow.
Yeah, because I was asking Coach, I'm like, you can't get better than 4-0, 4 games, 4 wins, and yet you didn't get the first round bye, and he said it was a
Yeah, it's
kind of a draw type
draw.
thing. Yeah.
Which it works out. It gets the jitters out of the girl, jitters out, and they're ready to go. So
Now here's the $10,000 question, both of you coaches. What did you do in that long delay to keep them mentally ready to go? Because I mean, you had no idea if it was going to be 10 minutes, an hour, or whatever, and it turned out it was past an hour. But as a former athlete, I know that it's very difficult to get warmed up, get ready to go, get your mental aspect in the right place, and then boom, we're not playing, and then you have to do it all over again. And it's one thing to do it in high school, but it's a lot different to do it at 10, 11, 12-year-olds. What did you tell them?
Obviously, we didn't want to have him down the field because the delay, we didn't know what we could allow him to do.
Sure.
it was hot.
The biggest thing was keep him in the shade.
Yep, drink water.
They had things going on with the other team that was kind of keeping it light.
Sure.
And so I felt like that was the biggest thing was don't let it build intensity through the break because that kind of break them sometimes, especially in the heat. We just let them stay cool, keep their minds kind of just playing around, having fun without getting crazy because they tend to get crazy.
Yeah, and it's really hard. I mean, like you said, you have to take the age group into consideration, but it is hard to keep that mental advantage that, the game face on during an hour delay, when you're 10, 11, 12 years old. So that, kudos to them for coming out, and they just picked up where they left off and just kept the runs coming across the plate. And, it was really, it was a blowout, no bad intentions to the Parker team. They tried hard and they were just outmatched today.
Yeah.
The big thing was the transition from the 43 to 40. It took our girls that partial inning to get the timing back. I was worried that it would take longer, but as it is, they got their timing on and started cracking it. So couldn't ask for more on that.
All right, so I heard a little bit of the post-game instructions, get some sleep, hydrate. You want them drinking a gallon of water tonight, so, they can be hydrated, not have to worry about any type of heat exhaustion. Once again, it's going to be hot in the valley, as it always is. But looking forward, especially putting up 18 runs. Now, I know in baseball, and you probably know the same thing, when you put on that much runs, sometimes it's difficult the next day to match that intensity and match that effort. So you really, tomorrow and going into tomorrow's game, I think it's going to be a lot more X's and O's in coaching. Maybe, like you said, take the extra base, throw some bunts down, play a little small ball until you get your groove back in, and then, the sky's the limit after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of confidence in our girls hitting. They also have to be getting accustomed to the umpires themselves. This one calls a really wide zone.
And low strikes.
Right, exactly. They have to adjust to that. That's something we haven't seen a lot of. So,
and like you said, earlier when during the delay, both teams have to play under the same umpire. Now, if they change strike zones for a different side, then obviously they shouldn't be, they shouldn't be umpiring. But I think even though with the wide strike zone, I think they were pretty consistent. And I think with the wide strike zone, I think once again you have to take the age into consideration. The pitchers aren't going to be painting the corners and throwing everything at the knees and everything. So, once again, just an adjustment, like you said, Coach.
Yeah, I think they're ready. That was a big thing. We wanted to reset. Tomorrow's a clean slate. We're going to come at it just like we did today with no knowledge of their team. We're going to pretend like they're the hardest team we've ever played and approach it that way.
Yeah, exactly. As an old coach, you just say, you're going to play our game. We're not going to play your game. So
exactly.
Put the pressure on, and you did that from the get-go, putting your foot right on their neck and never let them up. And once again, a great 18-1 victory. Coaches, thank you so much for joining us. Go enjoy some food, get some rest, get out of the heat, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. We do have to do the Douglas game on the other side of the valley, but we're going to try to get a crew over here to follow you guys up.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, so that'll wrap it up for us here at Red Mountain Park. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad that you stayed with us through the hour and plus delay. Once again, that was kind of odd, but it is what it is, as they say. And an 18-1 victory for the Willcox All-Stars. And we're hoping right behind us that Tucson Tanca Verde has the same result. They are up right now 6-3. And does that say sixth inning? Okay, so the final inning looks like Tanca Verde's in good shape, but you still got to finish the inning. And good luck to them. I'd love to see a Tanque Verde Willcox matchup putting Cochise County against Pima County. That would be great. Once again, thank you 520 Sports Talk viewers for joining us on the simulcast. Always thank you to the Cochise County viewers. We love you. And we will see you tomorrow.